Beyond Saltmarsh is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language, explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Hey, everybody. No, you're on your own. Oh, what are we doing here? Hey, you, and all of you. Welcome back to the Superior Adventurers Guild. My name's Dave, your humble dungeon master, and we are going to dive into another episode of Beyond Saltmarsh, and this is my favorite time of the week because I get to play a game with these beautiful, beautiful people. Check it out, my friends and my good buddies. Look at that. Wow. You guys are the best. Oh, God. Okay, so as we do, please, if you would, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. We'll start with Ashley this time.
Oh, wow. We never start with me. Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. And I am playing for you tonight, Feyre, Evenstar, 10th level, half-elf, glamour bard, and sometimes Octopus. I don't know. And really excited to get back into the jungle where fallen meteors are attacking us.
Yes, you are correct. Thanks for being here, Ashley. Like whiskey in a teacup. Ashley's here every week, ready to kick some butt and charm some faces. I don't know. Kirk, introduce yourself to the folk.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kirk. I'm playing Byron Hern tonight. I like long walks on the beach, holding hands, drinking whiskey out of a teacup, dancing, reading, and taking your stuff and selling it to other people who will give me a massive profit, which I will spend on stuff that I can take more people's stuff with.
Wow.
It's a vicious cycle.
Thank you for funding me.
Oh, my
Everybody needs a hobby.
So, Andy, when Byron asks Runar for funds, you know what they're going towards. Crime.
Right. Yeah.
Let's jump over to Michael.
Hey, if it's crime, at least it's honest. Hi, my name is Michael. I come from the internet. I can be found on the tweeters at Valkyrie Bait. Tonight, according to the paperwork I'm looking at, I'm playing Theodoric the Lacetus. He seems pretty cool. And what I want to provide you this evening is an insight both into the horrors that are my note-taking methodology and kind of a quick review of everything that happened last week. I have 4 statements to make. These are my entire notes. 1, Theo smash rock. 2, stats came back up. 3, rolled town for loot, found a guardian emblem. 4, and I feel like this is the most important one, we are lost in the woods.
That's really good. Succinct, to the point, and oh so descriptive. Evocative, one might say, as we expect from you, friend. All right, thank you for that. Let's jump, last but not least, over to Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. I am playing Runar Deg, the 10th level, dual sword wielding Battlemaster fighter and captain of the Good Buddy. And just really looking forward to what the Amedio has in store for us today.
Ooh, so much leisure, so much excitement, possibly some tragedy. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that, my friends. Before we do, we have to make sure that we thank our sponsors. We have 2 amazing sponsors. The first of them is CZRPG. You all know them and you all love them. These are the folks that create a bunch of supplemental information for 5th edition's Dungeons and Dragons. They make game settings like the Island of Endless Fog, which Michael ran us through a couple months ago. They make character options. They make a boatload of maps. They've got maps for everything you could possibly desire to have a map for. We use them for inspiration. We've used them in our game. I love what they do. Tonight we're giving away a copy of Countess von Zarovich. And the way you're going to win that is if you enter !drawing, and you get drawn at the end of the stream. This thing is pretty awesome. 62-page PDF. It is comprehensive advice and layout for transitioning your, I guess, Curse of Strahd campaign from being a male-dominated villain to being a female villain, which is a cool twist if you've played the game before. It's got new NPCs that tie into the background of Countess von Zarovich. There's a sort of a new take on the the relationship between Tatiana and Strahd. It's just really cool. There's witches and all the good stuff. Yeah, that is not even close to accurate. The only thing that's accurate about that is !drawing. Cardman, love to see ya. I'm glad you're in for the drawing, my friend. I'm gonna put my money on Cardman. That's where my bet's gonna be. Hi, good to see ya. Big shout out to CZRPG for continuing to support us, and they have a let's see, they have a Patreon. Do we have a Patreon link for them? Patreon. There it is. Check it out. I'm a patron. I'm a Patreon subscriber. They're awesome. Every month they kick out a bunch of cool stuff, including adventures and all the good stuff that you want as a DM or as a player. So check it out. Get involved.
Bonus.
Good stuff. Real good stuff. We also have an amazing sponsor at the Old Goat Beard Company. They have been with us for quite some time now, and they are the creators and crafters of handmade beard products that we all know and love. Even Kirk's using them now that he has a beard back on his face. Look at that thing. Oh, beautiful. They make oils, they make balms, they make wash, they've got soaps. Check out their stuff. Kirk just dropped a link in there. It's really good. I keep using it, and tonight we're going to be giving away a vial of their Old Goat beard oil. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. Look at that little goat. So cool. Good stuff. This is the cedar and leather version. Ooh, so good, you guys. Seriously. All right. So Cardman, start growing that beard out. In the meantime, !drawing to win. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate you very much. Let's jump into a quick recap, even though Michael pretty much summed it up. I'll just remind everybody in case they missed Michael's summary. Actually, Michael, you can start doing the 4-line summaries. I think that's the way to do it. The 4-line summary.
My notes say we found the map.
It's too much power for him. Take it back.
Yeah. All right. Forget it.
Take it away. Take it away.
Yep. No. All right. Here we go. Here's the what is this? 24-line summary. In our last episode, the Deg Gang managed to survive a harrowing encounter with the strange amorphous entities of alien energy that seemed to have originated as a fragment of the comet, as Ashley had mentioned. A comet that we've come to know as Hyakutake. The gang returned to Fort South Azure. I said gathered supplies, but Michael was a little bit more accurate in his description of looting the town. Essentially, they found a bunch of cool stuff. They found a crate of apples.
That's accurate.
Crate of apples, silken rope, clay beads, bird feathers, weapons, all kinds of other things. Then you went back to the good buddy, and you began to prepare for your expedition into the deep jungle. And your crew was kind enough to start making bets on who they thought would be the first one to perish. And most of the bets were on, take a guess, Byron. Mm-hmm. They think they're betting that Byron will be the first to go. We shall see. The next morning, the gang departed the good buddy, following to the best of their ability Riali's map. Once torn asunder, but now the fragments reunited. Farah's ability to polymorph into an eagle, they were able to look across the landscape, and they made pretty good progress, but somehow they still managed to get lost, as Michael suggested in his four-line recap. Now, a bit off course, the party spent their first night in the jungle, encountering will-o-wisps circling their campsite. But having learned better than to mess with the wisps, they managed to avoid being lured into the jungle, which I totally thought you guys were going to get lured into the jungle, and we were going to have our second official will-o-wisp battle, but you didn't do it, my friends.
Those things are the worst.
You have grown up, and this is where we will pick up the game. As you wake the next morning, rested, long rested, as they say, and ready to continue, perhaps, towards your destination. Which remind me, where is your destination? Where are you guys headed?
We're just following the map, right? We're just
Yeah, I
following the
think
little
we're
dotted
headed
line.
towards that Placerian Grove.
Yeah, we're trying to
Is our
follow
first step.
this trail that's
There we
marked
go.
Yep.
on the map.
Yes.
I feel like we did find out where we were. I don't believe we were totally lost.
You got off course for a while, but then you were able to. I think it was because you
to the
flew.
skies.
Yep.
Yep, I definitely got carried on a little bird venture.
Yeah,
And-
watch out for those flying octopi. They're terrifying.
And we got lost because I rolled really bad. I'm not usually that bad at survival.
I think it was a team bad roll.
Well, we're a few grids off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
even
okay.
as you guys know, even the
10
dotted
miles.
line on the map is more of like a trail through this dense jungle. It's definitely not like a road. It's not a thoroughfare. You get the sense that this
Right.
is not like a well-traveled region whatsoever. Every once in a while you might see some signs of travelers or civilization, but most of it is just thick, dense, remote jungle.
All right. Well,
So I think we set up camp for the night. Is that where we ended, kind of? Or
Yeah, you guys
is
had
it
set up
morning?
camp. I was going to say it's morning, but if you guys want to
Okay.
go through some night watches, we certainly can. It gives us more opportunities for random encounters, which is always fun for me. Farah, let's do this. Farah, roll a d20 for me.
Okay. The dice will choose.
Let the dice choose.
Oh
Okay.
no.
14.
Through the night, nothing dangerous or life-threatening occurs, but you do continue to see these floating orbs in the jungle, which you think you guys have a pretty good idea of what they are, and you resist the temptation, perhaps or not, to go in to investigate. So you get the sense that these will-o-wisps or whatever they are possibly watching you as you sleep, which is really creepy, guys. Don't do that,
We're
will-o-wisps.
safe within the bubble.
That's right. You have the tiny hut.
Right.
Have you graduated beyond the tiny hut yet? Isn't there? What's the next level up? The condo?
Oh, it's like the wizard house.
It's the
I think.
mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, the magnificent
Your options are
mansion.
hut or mansion. There's no
I mean-
like condo or like ranch split level or anything like that.
Timeshare would be nice.
Yeah.
What's up, Scooz News? Haven't seen you for a while.
Mordenkainen's munificent timeshare. There we go. Where's that spell, homebrewers?
Somebody build
Be
it,
happy with our virtual igloo.
which is much welcome in a very hot and steamy jungle. As you wake up, rested,
Sweet
as I
air
mentioned.
conditioning.
Yeah, it would be. But as that bubble fades, and because it does give you some benefit of a nice environment to sleep in,
Mhm.
you do see this dense fog that lays over the jungle, making your visibility pretty low. As you can imagine, the respiration of the trees and the heating of the earth in this region causes fog to rise up. So you are sort of surrounded by fog, which is pretty rad.
well, Farah, you turned into an eagle and flew around before we went to bed, right?
Right. And so I have a pretty good idea of where we should start heading to get back on the trail.
All right.
It's just
Wait
a
a
little
second.
trickier than I thought.
Farah, you didn't wake me for my watch.
Well, yes.
You were
as it-
just so tired.
You fell asleep, didn't you? You have
What?
You've been trying to claim I have narcolepsy, and you're the one falling asleep on watch, aren't you?
Who fell
We're in a
asleep on
dangerous
watch?
jungle. Farah fell asleep. She didn't wake me up. I didn't get a watch.
I'm so sorry,
Runar.
guys. I fell asleep after third watch.
Yeah.
We could have
And,
been ambushed and
you
killed.
know,
You
I was
might have
just-
got skipped.
I was watching those. Remember those balls of light that attacked us and nearly killed us?
You mean we were surrounded and you went to bed?
Well, no, I was watching them and I knew they couldn't get in, and
How did you know?
They couldn't
Are
get
they
in.
are they still around, by the way? These
They
orbs?
Appeared when
You
the
do not
light-
see them, but also there's thick fog, so it would be tough unless they were right up close. But you don't see them as you look around.
All right. Well,
Do we wait till better weather? We in a hurry?
I'm gonna eat a little breakfast,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Can I have some?
but we should get going. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Theo
just
just in the
eating-
back eating flatbread that tastes like steak.
Is that
Did you press-
prestidigitation improved? Nice. So I imagine. I was going to say, I imagine somebody takes a look at the map, perhaps, to chart a course.
I'll do that.
So whoever's doing that, I would like a survival check, please. And this is essentially going to determine whether or not you get lost or whether you are able to maintain your course towards.
How about I help somebody do it?
You can do that. Yeah.
Why don't we
If the
do that?
dice don't hate me, I've got a pretty good ability.
Mine's
Got it.
okay. So yeah, we'll
right.
help Feyre.
Show
do
me
it.
where it is. All right, so according to my flight, I thought we were here, and then we need to get to there, and should I roll?
You know what? Before you
Yeah.
roll, where are you trying to get to? If you could ping on the map, perhaps, where you would like to go, that might be helpful.
Do we think we want to go back, like, as quickly as possible to the dotted line, or in the direction of?
Maybe like parallel to it, or
Okay.
to that
Yeah.
approximate. Yeah.
Straight
There.
to where it meets the
So
mountain.
Yeah. Like we want to get down here. Like we're at
right,
we're
but it's not that much further off. 35. Just to go.
yeah.
Okay.
So dotted line is not super high priority as long as we're going in the right direction, I guess.
And on a good day with good navigation, you can get approximately 4 hexes.
Yeah. So why don't we go that way?
All right.
So you're essentially trying to get to this spot right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, go ahead, Feyre, and give me a survival check with advantage because you're being helped by Runar as the two of you pour over the map.
Okay. Don't screw me. All right.
Ooh.
All right then. So I got 25.
Yes, that is a big time success. And in fact, it's such a high success that you get to travel 1 additional hex.
Oh,
Because
nice.
you do such a nice job. You find this narrow trail, and remember the dotted line is sort of just almost like a game trail, perhaps traveled a few times by human travelers. But as you can imagine, with a jungle like this, it overtakes things if they're not maintained. So even if there had been like a main road through here, it would have been taken over by the jungle pretty quickly. But you're able to get back on track. 1, 2, 3, 4. So about right there. That's 5 hexes. Does that look about right
Yeah.
to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was a map feature, but that's actually just where we mended the map.
It
Yeah,
is.
too bad it's not a road.
Nope, there's yawning abysses into nothingness in this jungle. It's kind of fucking terrifying.
Yeah, there's areas of the map that don't exist. Like in here.
Yeah.
No.
Who knows what's there?
Don't go there, man.
What's this area over here?
That's where I keep my stuff.
Yep.
Uncharted territory.
It's called the Cicerid Killing Fields.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I love their first album. It's fucking great. The Cicerid Killing Fields.
So metal. What does that
The
say?
sword. The sword?
Sword killing something.
It kills
Orc.
your swords?
Apparently,
A
that's
place
your
not to go if we can help it.
That could. Oh no, they're just. It's so
Exactolio.
scrawly and
Falls?
it could be false.
Whoever wrote this map had terrible
no,
handwriting.
falls
The
is
name
above.
of the falls
Blame
is
Riali.
above, Yeah. Yeah. Bad handwriting.
Oh, we're
All right.
gonna.
So as you guys are traveling, give me a little bit. Let's go around the table here. Tell me a little bit about, are you doing anything during the journey? Are you trying to perform any sort of role, or are you trying to accomplish anything other than just putting one foot in front of the other? And who wants to start? Anyone?
Well, I would say Runar's just kind of hacking his way with his non-magical scimitar through the jungle.
Okay.
Just kind of head down, kind of marching.
Absolutely.
We're making good time, so he doesn't want to get caught up on, little things that he sees here and there.
Okay, so you're navigating, right, with using the map, and then you're sort of in front. It sounds like making, cutting trail basically through this thick forest. Okay, give me a roll of some kind. What do you want to roll? You want to roll a survival check, or you want a perception check to see if you can find the best way, or
survival
check? Okay, so you're just sort of, and what are you doing with the survival check? Trying to maintain course and find the easy routes and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Read the landscape. Let's do it.
9.
Okay. So you certainly don't get lost. We've already rolled for that. You maintain your course, but you do get scraped up and cut by brambles and thorns. As you can imagine, that there are some really dangerous looking plants in here that you have to avoid. They have razor sharp leaves, 6 to 8 inch long spines along some of the undersides of the leaves. As you brush past, maybe you cut your arm a little bit. Nothing that does immediate damage that you know of, but you do get some scrapes along your right arm. You might want to just kind of, I don't know, put a little bandage over or something.
Yeah, I got a healing kit, so
okay.
A healer's kit, so
all right.
I'll dig in there for a bandage.
Roll a con save for me.
Oh, damn. Oh, nice. 28.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Yeah, you managed to take a break and wrap it up real good, and use your healing kit to protect it. How about Byron? Byron, what are you doing while we're making our way through the jungle?
He's got his shield out. He's got his whip out. He's practicing his whip, whipping random leaves off, maybe latching it up on trees and swinging up behind Theo, trying to scare him.
What was that 8-bit game, that side scroller? Pitfall. That's exactly what I'm thinking about right now.
And I think that was technically only 4-bit, which is even more terrifying.
That was a good game. I loved that game. All right, that sounds pretty cool. Give me a pitfall check. Give me an acrobatics check.
Uh, 24.
Oh yeah. Give us some flair. Give us some description.
I'm walking along. I see a low-hanging branch. Theo's about 20-ish feet ahead of me. I can barely see him through all the woods. Whip it up onto the branch. Swing up behind him. Feet barely just grazing his butt. Land literally almost up against him. My chest touches the back of his plate.
He's like the little brother you never knew he didn't want.
Theo.
I had several of those. This is nothing new.
How are you, Theo?
I am wondering what's going to try and kill you first. I'm thinking giant carnivorous plant.
I thought it was going to be you, so giant carnivorous plant would be...
No, I was thinking about banishing you to hell for 10 minutes as a timeout, but I realized that would be in poor taste.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
No,
Terrible parenting.
But if you did that, I might see Aaron, and so I
I'm
could see
not
how
the
he's
parent.
doing.
I am the older brother. I'm not as nice.
Byron, go ahead and give me a D100 roll, please.
I got a 63.
Okay. This is weird. As you are swinging around, you land on a low branch, and you look over at this tree that you're kind of perched up in, maybe about 5 feet off the ground. And there's this vine that has grown into and around this tree, almost in places seemingly choking the tree. And then it almost seems as though it becomes one with the tree in some places. But there are a series of yellow flowers on this vine. But there's one flower that you look over and see right at your foot that is black with red markings.
I'm gonna pick it.
Okay.
Do I see him going for picking flowers in the
I don't think you do. Yeah, he's doing his own thing and zipping around, and it's probably a little bit. You're just like, Byron, God damn it, whatever. So you pick it, Byron, and as you do, you look at the flower, and it begins to like dry up immediately as it drips a red substance into your hand. You look down at the substance; it's blood. Or at least it appears to be blood.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try and replant it real quick.
I mean, it's dead. It just falls.
Oh shit.
And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Double shit. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yep.
Give me an advantage?
You can re-roll if you want. Basically, it's like a luck point. So you can roll first and see if you want to use it. What's it gonna be, pal?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with it.
You're gonna stick with the 13?
Yeah, it's above 50% chance. 60% even.
Okay.
I'm in the upper 60 percentile.
You set the flower down and it kind of falls and it kind of breaks into almost like an ash. It's brittle and it falls apart. You look down at your hand and it's covered in this red substance that looks like blood, and you presumably wipe it off maybe on the tree, or you find a little moss and pull it down and wipe it off, maybe on your pants. I don't know how you do it, but I was always told not to wipe my hands in my pants, so I don't usually go to that first. But your hand is red, and it looks as though the skin of your palm is irritated from whatever that sap or that bloody substance was. But it does not, it doesn't burn or anything. It stains your hand red.
Oh, weird. I'm just gonna keep walking along every now and again. If anyone looks at me, I'll be like, "Look at my hand."
Byron, what?
And then keep walking. What?
Something poisonous. He touched something poisonous.
I didn't touch anything. What? No, I didn't. I picked
Don't
the
touch
flower.
anything, man.
I can't not touch anything.
Give me your hand. And do you hold your hand out?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I prestidigitation it clean.
Oh,
Don't
nice.
just touch random things in this deadly forest.
Half these things are poisonous, I'm sure.
How are you getting through all of this? We're touching
hurts.
like every.
It hurts
I
a lot.
prestidigitation my hair back into its perfect little.
Elven
Such a great
talent.
spell. Such a great cantrip. All right, so oh, sorry.
Runar's
Go
all
ahead.
bandaged and bloody.
Just wet.
Just
Yep,
sweating.
I mean, it's
dirty.
hot. At this point in the journey, the haze, that fog is burned off, and now it's just hot. It's like 85 to 90 degrees. It's humid. It's sticky. Bugs are buzzing around. Let's jump over to Feyre. Feyre, what kind of stuff would you be doing during the journey?
I am navigating, but also I'm keeping an eye out for poisonous snakes or will-o-wisps or other seemingly cute forest creatures that are really gonna be poisonous
Murder,
and try
right?
to eat our faces off.
Okay,
Murder lizards.
Yes, the murder lizard.
All lizard is murder lizard.
so go ahead and provide us with a perception check, please.
Oh, can I do a survival instead?
Sure. Yeah, you can do a survival.
Okay, hold on. 14.
14. Okay, yeah, you see all kinds of birds as you look about that are sort of coming in to take note of you. Small flocks, some individual smaller birds, kind of songbird size. Very colorful in some cases, reds and purples and greens. Some of them with these sort of like strange mohawk-looking feather patterns. Other with really long wings that go well below the branches that they perch upon. You see, or actually you don't see, but you hear a bit of movement and a crashing of animals like running away from you as Runar is just in the front, just hacking and slashing through the jungle, scaring up animals that are, probably have never seen a humanoid before. But you don't see anything too dangerous, but go ahead and give me a D20 roll.
Who should roll?
Feyre.
Or
Oh, that's right.
4. You do see a large snake coil up on a tree as Byron swings through, lands on a branch, and then swings off of the branch. You look back at the branch, and there's a green, kind of a smallish green snake that is coiled around the branch that was right between where his feet landed.
Sounds about right.
Payrell just pointed as she walks. Just go, snake.
It's Nick.
You get pretty good at picking those out too as you go. You start to see more of these things, and you're like, that looks like a killer spider. That snake looks poisonous, and you're able to sort of hone in a little bit on it. You're trained in survival, aren't you? Do you have proficiency? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah,
You're getting the
probably
bonus
do.
for
Yes,
it,
I'm-
according to the rolls.
What's
Yeah.
up, Old Goat Beard Company's in the house? Good to see ya. All right, so yeah, you don't see anything that jumps out at you as being immediately a threat to your survival, but you certainly are starting to believe that the lots that the crew was taking on Byron being the first to die are probably going to win. So you're feeling pretty good about that. I don't remember what you bet on or who you bet on or if you did, but yeah. Theo, how about you, sir? What kind of activities would you be doing while you're hiking through this hot, sweaty jungle?
Well, shit. He's doing pretty much the same thing as Feyre. Like, he's trained in survival. He's trained in perception. He's trained in nature, actually. So
Okay.
he's looking out for weird shit. Oddly enough, the one he's best at out of those is nature. So I feel like, maybe he's not clocking things as quickly as Feyre, but it's like, she points out snake, and he just takes for a second, looks at it, and goes, probably not poisonous. But
Okay.
what about that plant? Yeah, that'll take your finger off. Don't touch it.
Give us a nature check, please.
Let us see what we get. 15.
A 15. Yeah, you're able to get a pretty good take on sort of the dangerous elements of the flora and fauna as you're traversing. You don't know these plants, like personally. You don't know this biome very well. This is the first time you've been in the Amedio, to my knowledge. But you've been in jungle or in forests before, thick forests. I believe you spent some time on the edge of the Dreadwood
Oh, yeah.
in your younger years.
Mhm.
So yeah, you certainly know what to look for. There are certain biological patterns that are similar across forests, and so you have a pretty good idea. And you're able to do a good job at pointing these things out. Give me a D20 roll as well. Let's see something that you notice.
Tenzors.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
You've seen The Princess Bride?
Yes.
ROUS.
Yes.
You see a giant forest rat that appears to be nibbling on some sort of fungus as you walk past. It took zero notice of the party as you traverse right past it, as if it had no fear of you. It's about the size of, I don't know, like a corgi.
Is it an ROUS or is it a capybara?
It's definitely a giant forest rat, from what you can
Okay.
tell.
Damn, capybaras are adorable. Giant forest rats are just rats.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just quietly go past that. We're not pointing that out to anyone because some people might get ideas. Runar. So We'll keep going.
Okay. Let's see. Theo, why don't you give me a D20 roll?
Just a moment. I gotta balance this cat I picked up.
Have your cat friend roll. Here we go.
She rolled a 6.
Ah. Very interesting. Okay, so as you guys are making your way through the jungle, probably later in the afternoon, Theo, you take a look. Something catches your eye. You take a look down to the right, and hidden amongst the thick vegetation is what appears to be a small chest.
Captain, do you have your spear handy?
Yeah, I did bring it. Why?
Could you come over here for a second?
Mhm. What is it?
He points at the chest. Would you mind stabbing that just to see if it's a trap?
I mean,
What did
Is
you
that-
guys find?
is that the best way to check for traps?
Well, if it's a mimic or perhaps some sort of magical flora that lures adventurers in using some sort of attractive item and that's actually attached to a sticky tongue and then a tree-sized monster, yes, I'd much rather stab it than grab it.
All right. I'll give it a whack with the spear. I'll pull the spear out and just like, ching ching, try to give it a poke.
Yeah, you get that sort of hollow sound of the tip of your blade against a wooden chest.
Can I somehow like flip it open, or is it locked?
Give me an investigation check as you take a look at it. You can decide whether or not you actually touched the chest with your hand.
Is that a chest? That's so suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually get in and sort of like look at it, or are you just
I'll
looking?
get closer to it, but I'm not going to touch it yet.
Okay. It does not appear to be locked. You can attempt to flip it open with your sword if you want.
What do you guys think?
At this point, I'll land next to Runar.
Manifest the
man, You
sword.
found a chest.
Is
Just
this-
in case.
I'll walk up
Friend?
to the chest.
Randomly in the jungle? Like, where
Well,
did
I mean-
it come from? Did it fall?
Someone totally looted a something and was like, "We're gonna come back for our chest," but left it here. How much you want to bet? There's tons of gold inside of it.
Can I take a look around for tracks to see if like
Sure.
maybe somebody left it here?
Yeah. Give me a survival check. Or perception, your choice.
Natural 20
Oh, are you kidding me?
for a total of 26. Survival.
Nicely done. You do not see any tracks. However, you do see that there is a worn trail which you are presumably following, which might coincide with the dashed line on your map.
Mm.
So you feel like you're back on sort of the course that you wanted to be.
It's the trail.
But you don't see any fresh tracks of any kind. And as you get down and looked at this chest, it appears to have moss that has grown over much of the wooden bits. All of the metal parts of the reinforcements, the closing mechanism, they're all rusted. So it looks like it's been sitting there for a long time.
We should check it for some kind of, maybe it's guarded somehow.
I'll pop up to it, and kick it open.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. And then a
Hide behind a
d8,
tree.
a d6, and a d4.
Slowly backs away from
15? No, I was just kidding about the d6.
rolled everything.
But we'll take it. We'll take it. You rolled a 15, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. You look inside, and there appears to be a bundle of woolen fabric.
Does it look like it's in good condition?
Not really.
You know, I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out a regular dagger, and I'll just lift up the wool carefully with the dagger tip
Mm-hmm.
and like shake it and see if anything falls out of it.
Yeah, as you pull it out, you hear a clunk, and you remove basically what you just pulled out were a couple of like woolen ponchos, like cloaks, some sort of a garment, and wrapped up inside the garment, now laying inside this box, are 3 bottles that look to be liquor bottles, some sort of liquor,
Ah.
about the
Is that what I
size of a
think it
wine
is?
bottle.
Are any of them labeled?
None of them are labeled.
I could identify them if you wanted.
Yep.
Well, do you know if they're magical?
I don't know.
Do
Do you
you?
know if they're magical?
Yes, one moment.
gonna do
Funny-
the thing.
funny
where
you
it
ask.
says-
Activates detect
Do the thing with
magic
the
and
eye.
goes.
Funny you ask, Feyre. So your eyes turn blue and you look at the chest and these 3 bottles. None of them appear to be magical.
I don't think you can identify them. They're not magical.
Oh, so then a medicine check of some kind of medicine type people would know.
Well, yeah,
Sure.
maybe another.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not that good at. Well, I'm not terrible, but
Turns
I'm,
out,
I don't think any of us are doctors.
Alright.
are you sure? One
I
of you,
lost
one
my
of you
license.
plays a. Oh, he
His
lost
license
his
was
license.
revoked.
As
Okay,
it should
I'll-
be.
I'll take one of the bottles and I'll uncork it and I'll see if I can like figure out what it
Whoa.
is.
Whoa, before you do that, just from my doctor training, this is important. This is very important. Waft.
It's gut punch.
I wouldn't do that again. Hey Scott,
Claw-
thanks for
claw
being here.
wine.
Thanks for the sub.
Ooh.
Appreciate you, buddy. You waft it, and it smells of a bit, sort of a cross between like ammonia and some sort of a rotten berry.
Oh, I don't know that this is good anymore.
Oh.
Is it formaldehyde?
I don't know.
Well-
And I'll hold it under Theo's nose. Like, what do you think this is?
Are all
Ooh.
3 of them bad?
You get a little bit of like that when you take a deep breath of something that kind of stings the nostrils.
Ooh. Yeah, that didn't keep too well.
Well, it certainly would act as formaldehyde now.
Let me try something. I'm gonna just pour a little bit onto a rag and then try and light it on fire.
Molotovs.
Give me a D100. Roll high. Wafting and Molotov cocktails.
Whoa, 97.
97.
That's pretty
Yeah,
high.
it starts on fire.
It's
But it doesn't burn very
Nice.
long. It doesn't burn very long, but
Okay.
it burns.
Okay. You know what? These aren't worth it. I don't want to carry them.
All right.
I'll just
All right.
I'll just light one and drop it on the other 2.
Are there any like markings on the
Are they
chest?
all the wait? Are they all
Ooh.
the same? Like the bottles are all the same?
The bottles, they appear to be different styles of bottles. It's not like a uniform like case of wine kind of thing. It's more like 3 different bottles that got filled with whatever this moonshiny stuff was. Runar, roll an investigation check. Good question.
Yeah, just like looking for identifying markings, property of so and so, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Ah, Nope.
What'd you roll,
Nope.
Andy?
I got sweat in my eyes. Natural 1 for a
Ooh.
total of 3.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I mean, all of the surfaces of this box have been corroded or molded or, damaged by the elements. There's no markings that you can see.
Ugh. Someone's casting off cargo or something.
Yeah, they decided these woolen ponchos probably not needed. It's warm enough. And then they
Yeah.
were like, "Do we haul this nasty wine? Nah, let's leave it here. We'll get it on the way out." And then they never made it out.
Or maybe somebody stashed it out here for when they're out hunting or something.
Or maybe they were like, "Why would I go back for that?"
That's true.
Maybe.
I say we'd leave it.
Or
We
this
don't
was
need
their
it.
hooch stash.
Yeah, let's leave it.
Yeah, let's get the
Most
heck out
likely.
of here. We don't need this.
So you're
It's
gonna leave the
too warm
hooch?
for wool.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
leave
gonna
the
leave
hooch.
it.
Hooch.
All right, so you leave the hooch behind, and you continue on your way. That carries you into the evening as the sun begins to set. Something interesting happens. The hot dampness of the air changes at some point as a cool, kind of a cold front passes through the jungle, giving you almost a little bit of a shiver from the perspiration that you have on your bodies, or not if you're using prestidigitation to manage your moisture levels. But this cold breeze comes through, and following closely behind, you hear the sound of thunder, and a rain starts to fall. Thunder, not like a downpour at first. It's more of like a slight drizzle starts to fall, but you get the sense that it could build over the remainder of the evening. Unarmed attack.
All right, I am going to jump underneath a tree, grab into my bag, pull out my 2-person tent, start setting it up. You know, get a pot of out, start catching some rainwater. I'm gonna start building a little fire.
Well, or we could go into the bubble.
Yeah, you don't need your tent, Byron. We should find a good spot to set that up, though, right?
The tent?
We're kind of flat.
The dome. We'll
Oh,
sleep in
yeah,
the dome.
dome.
We'll stay dry.
That's right. But I have this tent.
It's
Maybe you should
nice
leave it
tent.
with the chest. No, you might need it later. What if you get separated? Don't get separated.
Oh, don't do that.
I mean, as long as you stick with me, you have this wonderful, safe, dry place to sleep.
Yeah, but it's kind of see-through, isn't it?
Only from the inside out. From the outside in, it blends in. It's dark.
Does it have room for me to
inside.
set up my 2-person tent inside of it?
Probably.
Statistically, probably.
All right,
mean,
I'm gonna
maybe.
set it up
yeah.
inside. I'm gonna set it up inside the dome.
And
Byron
then we
wants
would all have to
privacy.
fit inside that.
Well, so the
Byron
dome,
wants
the way that
chambers
it's written
underwear.
is that it can fit 9 people, I believe. So a 2-person tent would take up, like a third of it, I would say, maybe a little over a third of the dome. So there's still plenty of room if you don't want to be in the hot, sweaty tent with Byron.
No, I don't want to be in the hot, sweaty tent with Byron.
I wasn't inviting you.
Oh,
Well, I didn't want to stay in it anyway.
uh-oh.
Are,
I
Chuck's
feel
gonna
like
come out
morale is
inside
really
the
taking a
little
hit
tent.
here.
are we going in, or are we sleeping next to it?
No,
like in
let's
the
set up
You got
camp.
no.
Side of
This
the
is my
tent.
tent.
Ridiculous.
My tent.
Oh my god.
I'm just
Oh.
going to sleep where I normally do, and
Yeah, me
everything's
too.
going to be okay.
I've
And if-
been on backpacking trips with people like you guys. It's pretty entertaining. Oh god. All right, so you guys have the safety of your tent. And Michael, sorry I cut you off. What were you saying?
I was just talking smack in character.
Yeah, I'm so amused because I have heard this stuff before. It's great. All right, so I imagine, or maybe I shouldn't assume, but I imagine perhaps you want to set up like some watches throughout the night, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we'll do another watch.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch.
Okay, so Byron will go first. Who wants to take second watch?
I will also take first watch.
I'll
Okay.
take second watch.
I'll take third watch.
I'll take last watch too.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just take. If she wants first watch, I'll let her have it. I'll
Just
take
give
last
Byron
watch.
the last watch.
Okay, so Farah, Theo, Runar.
As soon as I see she's still up, I'll go right straight to bed.
What? We can play cards.
I'll stay up. We're playing cards tonight.
All right, you
You
guys are
didn't
on the
need all
first
that
watch.
money. She will take all of your money.
I have Chuck on my side.
She will
All
take
right.
all of Chuck's money.
So you guys are going to play cards during the first watch. How would you guys like to adjudicate the card playing?
I would like advantage on all of my rolls
Okay.
because I'm going to use Chuck. He's going to sneak behind her and look at her hand. And I'm going to look through his eyes every now and again just to see what her hand is, so I can take some money from her.
give me a stealth check from or a deception check from Chuck. And Farah, if you would like to keep an eye on things, you could do a insight check or perception if you prefer.
Oh goodness. I'll do an insight. 17.
Ooh.
So I would like to also cheat and like give myself extra cards like when I need them.
Okay. So a sleight of hand check would be good if you're
Yes.
using sort of.
And I am proficient in playing cards.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Um,
So if you have playing cards, you could roll that with if that's better than your sleight of hand.
I'm not
Got a
sure.
1 for deception for Chuck.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Chuck is trying to help Byron.
Could I just use sleight of hand with playing
Yes.
cards?
Yeah, you can use sleight of hand.
Ooh, can I
Absolutely.
attempt
With
to
playing
detect that?
cards. Like, would I get my proficiency on top of?
We'll do this. We'll go for
Okay.
sleight of hand, and then we'll do the playing cards roll to see who wins the hand. Do you have proficiency with playing cards, Byron?
I got 19 on my sleight of hand.
No.
Okay. All right. So here we go. First hand. How much are you guys gonna bet?
100 gold.
That is more than half of my gold pieces.
All right. 200 gold.
All of
10
it.
I'm
gold.
putting her all in.
I just put down 10.
All right, fine. 10 gold.
All right. So, Farah, you're gonna roll with your playing cards proficiency at advantage because you have outwitted Byron's passive perception. And Byron, I need you to roll. If you don't have proficiency, just roll a d20.
Attribute is.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Oh, that's
23.
better. You guys both rolled really well. So Farah rolled a 23 and Byron rolled a 19. So Farah, you win this hand.
Oh, yeah. And I would say that with you cheating, you probably saw what I had in my hand, and what came out was not what Chuck saw.
I see. You know, I'm going to give you 10 gold. And then I'm going to go to bed.
Oh, no.
What, you don't want to play anymore?
No. I know when I've been cheated. I know when I've been bested.
Maybe you can win next time.
Chuck, come here. He's gonna come running into the tent with me. I'm gonna curl up. He's gonna curl up next to my beard. We're gonna fall asleep together.
Aw.
That's cute. Farah, roll a perception check at disadvantage and a d20, please. The disadvantage is because you're so engrossed in this game of cards.
Oof, 6. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Oh, gosh. And then give me just a straight d20 roll, please.
19.
All right. Give me a d12 roll, please.
Oh, so many rolls. 9.
Okay, so after Byron falls asleep, you hear noises from the jungle around you that catch your attention. At first, you think that it is in the distance because you're keeping such a good watch. But you quickly realize, because you rolled a natural 1 and you're not really keeping a great watch, that you have been incorrect on your judgment of how far away the sound originated from, because out of the forest about 4 feet from where you're sitting, you're inside the dome, sitting there, looking out. Within 4 feet, you watch as... let me roll for this. 4 creatures emerge, bipedal, humanoid-like creatures, but with, from what you can tell in the dim light, they have tails that drag behind them. And they are walking towards the dome.
Oh, no. I'm just gonna like crawl over and like bat, like wake up Deg.
What is it?
I don't know. It's something bipedal with tails.
I'm gonna get up into a crouch and grab some weapons.
Roll a stealth check, both of you, please, as you're moving about. And then remind me, if you could, Ash, the dome, does it sort of protect against sound or anything like that? Or would whispering and voices be easily heard through the dome?
I thought they were silent, but I could be wrong.
Let me toss it up for everybody. Okay. Okay, it bars other things and creatures from entering it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say anything about sound.
All right. What
Does
did you
it?
guys roll
No.
for stealth?
No, you can.
Two 16s. We both rolled 16.
Okay.
But it's like dark.
Mhm.
It kind of hides us, but it does apparently not hide the sound.
Okay. Let me roll a couple dice here. The first figure walks past, and it's too dark to really see. You can see the silhouette of this creature. It appears to have sort of like this short snout and perhaps like some sort of a frilled spine that goes down its back, and a long, thick tail behind it sort of dragging through the vegetation. It passes by the dome within less than a foot, but not noticing the dome or noticing you. The second individual following behind it, creeping, stops for a minute at the side of the dome, looks around as if, and for a moment you think maybe they noticed you. They look around. They squat down. You know what happens next. You've been in the jungle.
Oh, no.
He stands back up and continues walking past you. A third individual then comes up, looks down, shakes its head. And when Runar speaks to you, or when maybe Runar, when you're grabbing like a weapon or something, you're like, oh, and it looks at the dome, and it gets very curious, and it takes out a club off of its belt, and it taps. Dum, dum, dum. The other two that were in the lead come back. And the fourth one that came up behind, they start talking and they start tapping on the dome with these clubs, speaking in some strange voice or strange language, I should say, that I don't think either of you are familiar with. What languages do you speak?
I speak Dwarvish and Common.
I speak
Yeah, you don't recognize it.
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Ah, you do, Feyre, understand. They are speaking Draconic. And you hear strange circular thing. Weird. Not part of jungle. Never seen before. Dangerous. And they're kind of traversing around. And then you hear another one call out, "Get the others. We should get the others."
No. I'm gonna like crawl over and like poke Theo awake.
Okay.
Roll a stealth check, Theo.
You could cover his mouth.
That's a great way to wake up.
I got a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, you're like, what? And then Feyre's like, no. And when he wakes up, you can see that they all Now they kind of back off a little bit. They're surrounding the dome. Yes, we should get the others. There's something inside.
You know, oh man, I'm debating.
Is Byron
You-
still sleeping?
Yes.
Theo
Right.
just kind of rolls over and starts putting on his armor.
Yep. I'm gonna nudge Byron.
You're gonna come in the tent.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shake your tent. No, I'm gonna like terrified at what I'll see. I'm gonna open up the tent flap.
You're gonna see me and Chuck spooning.
Oh, no. Aw,
Isn't it
that's
a little hot
cute.
for that anyways?
I'm the little spoon.
I guess it's a
Perfectly
comfortable
tempered.
temperature inside the dome.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Byron. And I'm just
Yeah,
gonna shake
5
you
more
awake.
minutes. 5 more minutes.
No, quiet. Something's outside.
5 more minutes.
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage, please.
Me or Byron?
Byron.
All right.
Ooh.
Not bad.
24.
Why do you have the advantage? Just out of curiosity.
That's disadvantage.
Oh, you have disadvantage. All right. Oh, you got 24 with disadvantage?
Yeah, 12 and a 19.
His
What?
other number was a 31.
Yeah.
So, you know.
What's your
fuck
bonus to-
rogues, man?
What's your bonus to
12.
stealth? It's plus 12. Wow.
He shouts so quietly.
Yeah, exactly. He's
I
the
have
most.
expertise. I have expertise in stuff.
Oh my god.
Rogues.
Oh, rogues. That doesn't even make narrative sense. But nevertheless, they don't seem to react when Byron shouts out. Maybe he sounded like the jungle. I don't know. But they're definitely curious, and you watch as one of them speaks in a very hushed tone with another one, and then turns and moves quickly out of the area that you're in, perhaps to go get others.
I'm gonna turn to Feyre and just whisper,
Guys.
"Can you understand?"
So they are saying that they're going to go get others.
Oh, nice.
Just to ask out loud really quick, out of character DM, we saw Lizardfolk at Saltmarsh, right? 'Cause there was a
I
group of them
believe
that
you
showed
did.
up?
Yep, I believe
Do
you.
these
Yeah.
look like Lizardfolk?
It's roll a history check for me. It's dark, so that's the way that I described them is what you saw. So you saw the silhouette, you saw the frilled sort of spine that goes down the back of their head.
12!
I would say that you could make an assumption. You don't know for sure, but that would be a logical assumption for you to make.
Okay, so they're probably lizard. What are they speaking, Feyre?
Oh, draconic?
They're either the world's scariest kobolds or lizardfolk.
Should I
We
try
might-
to trick them? Or do we want to just make a run for it? But I will tell you that this dome, I heard a rumor that it can withstand a dragon attack. So we're fine until the morning, but
That is the
wait us
problem.
out.
I mean, they
Also-
could just set up camp next to it.
Yeah.
Good.
They are intelligent. We could try and negotiate with them as well, I believe.
Yeah, we could totally just wait till morning because we could get a good night's sleep.
Let's
We
talk to
could,
these
like,
guys before their friends show up.
We could make a big breakfast and then like when the dome drops, have a big breakfast ready.
Well, pack up your tent. Because if we have to go, we'll leave your tent if it's not packed away.
Yeah, Byron,
I
if
mean,
these guys
but we're
jump
going
us,
back
we're
to
gonna
bed, right? We're not
need to be ready.
We're not gonna stay up all night, are we? They can't
Yes, we are.
All right.
Guys,
How many kobold-esque lizard people creatures are there?
Right now, there are 3 that you see right next to the dome. They've backed off a little bit, and they seem to be sort of huddled together, maybe conversing in hushed tones. The other
Okay.
one left.
let's just make a breakfast, guys.
I am gonna speak up in Draconic. And in Draconic, I'm going to say, "Hey, you! This is our egg!" Beat it, or we'll fight you for it.
All right.
Yeah,
All
now
right,
we can't
I
just
like
make
it.
him breakfast.
And I would like to try to intimidate, maybe? I don't know.
That sounds about right. I'm
None
intimidated.
of us speak Draconic enough to argue with you.
Yeah.
You guys
Or at
all
all.
hear Feyre like start speaking in Draconic, and it's probably the first time you've ever heard her speak it. I'm thinking. I don't think you've used it before, but it's quite terrifying.
Okay. I would like to do it with advantage, just because why not?
All right, you're gonna use an advantage. I like it.
For intimidation.
I like it.
21.
Wow. The minute you complete your phrase and your intimidating comment, they all look over at the dome. You can't hear them. They're whispering to each other. One of them comes forward a little bit in front of the other ones. Who's there? Who is it?
Ooh, we are really stealthy. You can't even see us.
He like takes 3 steps back. We're sorry.
That's right. Becca, this is our egg.
You watch as they pull back quite a bit from view into the forest a little bit. You can't tell if they're gone or not, but you've pushed them away out of view at least.
Don't know if they left or not.
Seems I don't. Yeah,
I
don't
am
know if we
reasonably certain they have not. Also, what did you tell them?
I told them that this is my egg, and we are very stealthy, and they should leave.
Yeah, okay. I don't have a better idea. But
Why
there will be
now?
more of them soon, so we're
It
going
is-
to need a plan for that.
It is
I wonder if we should
true.
move.
Got a good idea.
I mean, we can get out of the... Well, here's the thing. I can see okay in the dark.
Mhm.
Feyre can see in the dark. Captain, you have a hat that lets you see in the dark. Byron, can you see in the dark right now?
He has a helmet too.
Well, so here's the funny thing. Here's the
fish
No, I
funny
have
stormtroopers.
his helmet, and just pulls out the helmet.
Yeah, I definitely gave that to Theo because I wanted this, and I'll take out the shiny, glowy amulet that I took from the meteorite.
Hmm.
Oh,
I got this, so I gave him my helmet, and it only seemed fair because, Theo doesn't have as much stuff as I do.
I mean, if you wanted to, someone could sneak outside of the dome and, like, sneak up on those creatures, but I would have to stay here to keep the dome up. But
Right,
we could
right.
all just run, and then I could quickly cast the dome no matter where we are.
Well,
So-
we could sneak straight backwards and then drop the dome as you leave and try to like sneak off.
See, I got
But I
this
have
even
to stay
crazier
inside it,
idea.
but-
And this is crazy. I don't know if you guys are gonna like this. I have
Let-
these
let me
gut
hear it.
punch Molotovs. We combine that with a couple, things that we have in our bags. We make an effigy under the dome. We light the effigy on fire as you drop the dome, and we run. And I cast control flame to double the dome's brightness, the fire's brightness, and they're blinded by the light.
So all of these ideas have merits. Here's the question that I keep coming back to. They obviously live here.
Yep.
So what we're saying is we want to take off running in the middle of the night from the lizard folk that live here. This is their home. Possibly we'll have to deal with them tracking us. And all of it's saying is maybe we should try and talk to them first.
Yep,
See if we
I
can
think-
negotiate passage. And then we resort to terrifying or violence.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. So my original idea, this was my original idea. We all go back
Alright.
to bed. We sleep through the night. We wake up refreshed. We all get up together. We teamwork the breakfast. We make a massive and I mean massive breakfast. And then when we drop the dome, we just chill. We wait for them to come in. We feed them breakfast. They sit around our campfire. We tell stories together. And then maybe they help us get where we're going.
Well, that's assuming the best. I
Everyone
guess.
loves food. I mean, maybe they think we're food. Maybe they're hungry. We feed them. Boom. They don't think of us as food. We're providers now. We're heroes.
I mean, we could just offer them trade for
We
passage.
can do that without the falling asleep thing on account of we don't know if they have some sort of magic user or not. They may walk in with some shaman who's going to come in and just be like, boom, boom, bye.
Okay. Yep. So
I
should we
suppose-
start breakfast now?
They
Definitely.
could dispel
Okay.
the bubble.
All right. So we try to talk to them.
Yeah, let's make some breakfast.
Now, Feyre, I know that you are the second most persuasive person in this party, but I won't be able to talk to them here. So we're all relying on you and your silver tongue because you're the only one that speaks what was Draconic, yes?
Draconic.
So no
I mean-
pressure.
Everybody learns Draconic, right? That's, it's just a basic primary school spell writing.
Lots of Elvish. I speak
Oh.
Those
every
actually-
dialect of Elvish
Did you say
in the known
school?
history of Orth, and also apparently a couple from other places. Like, I apparently speak some version of Elven that is only used in a place called Sigil. I don't know. I just had to memorize it. It's fucking weird.
Whoa. Yeah, Draconic was like my 7th language. And
See?
I
I'm
don't
a
know.
little rusty.
I had to learn Dwarvish in the service, but other than that, that's all I got. All right, we'll just go out and try to talk to these guys. How about? And if they jump us, we'll fuck them up.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I mean,
What do you think?
yeah.
What would you
We can
like
take 3
me
of them.
to try to convince
take
them of?
20.
Because I've started
Uh,
off with, this is ours.
Yeah, we'll come out.
Wait for a leader to appear, talk to them, see how it goes.
All right.
I find honesty is always the best policy in situations when you're meeting people you don't know.
We'll
Do
just
we
say
have
we're
anything
traveling
good?
through, and
That we could trade.
We were scared. They were very intimidating in the night. We're new here. We're a little lost.
well, we don't
They have really
really
beautiful long tails.
we don't know what they like. Maybe they want food. Maybe they want weapons, money,
Maybe they just want some delicious breakfast.
some
Don't
gut
know
punch.
That they want money out in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, they probably don't like our food either, huh?
We do know. As long as we're not the food.
I
guess
have heard
I'm-
some stories that certain tribes of Lizardfolk are less particular about the meat they eat. That all could be hearsay, though.
I don't know if I want to wait around for a tribe of these guys to show up.
Okay, so I did refresh my memory on the hut spell, and it does take a minute for me to recast it if I do it the quick way, and if I do it the slow way, it's 10 minutes.
So sequence of events here, you're going to make some food, drop the hut,
Byron is.
and then speak with the 3 individuals who may or may not be cowering at the edge of the clearing,
Mhm.
and
Are
see if you
they-
can negotiate.
Where are they? Are they in the direction we want to go? Like, we want to go straight south, essentially.
So they are at the edge of the clearing, probably just to the southeast of where you're located. But you don't really know if they're still there or not. They got intimidated by Feyre's threat, and they backed off to the point where you can't really see them because it's dark. First of all, this is the first watch of the night, by the way. And they have backed off into the jungle just a little bit. You can make some assumptions that they might be still watching you from the edge of the foliage, but you're not 100% sure where they are. They might have also moved a little bit.
I mean, I could turn into a giant T-Rex, and maybe they would appreciate a giant lizard. That would
Can you
eat them.
speak to them as a giant lizard?
No, No, I am dumb as a rock as a
No.
giant lizard.
No.
I probably
You are-
would
Eat
try
them,
to
though.
eat
You are
them.
never that dumb. I am reasonably certain, and I'm not going to say anything else otherwise where you can hear me. So let's hold off on that
Just a minute.
idea until we have to resort to giant lizard work. Captain, you were saying you don't like the idea of waiting around for them. I think the problem is if we will need to keep moving the rest of the night until we lose them, if that's your call, and we can do that.
I don't know.
Just let you know how we're gonna have to play it.
What's the alternative?
Negotiate?
We take watches. We all take
Have
our turn
brunch.
sleeping till morning, and then we have breakfast with them.
I mean, that's assuming that they're friendly, Byron.
And if they're not, we'll just kill them all. They'll run away when we've slaughtered 75% of their population.
What happens
I
when
don't-
there's
I'm
like
not-
30 of them?
Or we
I'm
release
not here to commit
one
genocide,
giant
but-
T-Rex into their mix.
Yeah, I'm not here to commit genocide.
I mean, are we really
Byron
sleeping at this
Statistically
point?
speaking, I am. And I'd rather not open with genocide at the
Well,
moment.
Yeah, see, yeah, exactly. So let's not open with some genocide. Let's make them breakfast. If they want to, I mean, it's not, we're not making that decision for them. They're deciding they want to.
Captain, if we're going to run, we need to do it now.
That is true, because once they come back, they'll probably have more people if they come back, and they probably would.
So make
So
a call.
Sounds like you guys have established two options. One of which is to cook breakfast and negotiate, and the other option is to run into the dark jungle.
It does
Well-
sound like a terrible idea, doesn't it? To just run into the dark jungle where we can't see anything.
Well, most of us would be okay. Byron's the one that's fucked.
What are you talking about? I'd be just fine.
Well, we'd
I
all
don't
be
need-
fine then, Captain.
Yeah, we'd be fine. I'd just hide, and watch them kill you guys. Then I'd win the bet.
Feyre, did they sound aggressive?
I mean, they didn't sound smart. And they did seem kind of worried about this strange foreign object here. But I called it an egg, and I thought that would seem less like a tent full of tasty people.
Dave, what do I know of lizard folk? Like, what would I know based on my experience with them
Mm.
in the military
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm. Yeah.
that community that was near Saltmarsh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The lizard folk. Give me
Mhm.
a history roll.
Lizardfolk.
We don't have diplomacy rolls, do we? Give me a history roll.
Yeah, 13.
That's not bad. You recall that they are difficult to communicate with. They are fiercely territorial. They live in remote parts of jungles and swamps. They rarely interact with members of other races outside of other adjacent lizard folk bands or tribes. And they are, as Theo had suggested, oftentimes they have a taste for humanoid flesh. But you also know that there were some decent lizard folk back in Saltmarsh that were actually part of an alliance that was made to fight off the Sawajin threat.
Mhm.
So I guess it kind of depends where you're at.
The last alliance of men and elves, and also lizardfolk.
Yeah,
They were there.
I don't know. They had something to gain. I say we move.
Okay,
wanna-
we're moving.
I don't want to wait for the rest of these guys to show up.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now, what will it be? Let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna go
right.
if you're going.
Tap the armor to make it silent.
Okay. You gather your stuff. Byron, do you take down the 2-man tent?
Someone hold Byron's hand so he
actually-
can see in the dark.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it down.
Okay. Take
And
down the
I will
tent.
snap my fingers and make my cloak dark black to kind of give me some cover in the night.
Yeah, I'll pull my hood up.
I'm gonna don my helmet. Put up my shield. Use my shield.
I'm gonna,
And
I'm
yeah.
gonna pull out like 6 rations of food too.
Okay. What's your intention with the
I'm just
rations?
I'm gonna lay them out. I'll lay them out open.
Basically on the ground, kind of where your tent was,
Yeah,
kind of idea.
Where our tent was, yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, mark off 6 rations.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna drop the hut, Farah, and
I'm gonna be the last person to go. I'm gonna let the 3 of them leave the hut and see if they get jumped. And if they do, then they can run back into the hut.
That's a good idea.
ooh, that's a great idea. All
Might
right.
as well.
So who's the first to go?
I'll go out first.
All right. Roll a. I imagine you're trying to do it stealthily, or are you just making a beeline for
stealthily.
it?
We're gonna try to stealth kind of the. You said they were to the southeast, so we're gonna try to go like, kind of either due west or southwest, kind of like a opposite direction of them to try to go, kind of around them.
Okay. And then how long in between you and the next person that's gonna go? Who's gonna go next?
Theo
say,
will
like-
go next.
Okay.
You know, like 10 feet or something.
I
Yeah,
will leave
nothing
at the exact same time as Theo does, because I'm gonna be holding on to Theo.
Okay. And Farah's last. All right. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, Runar, as you exit the hut.
19.
Okay. You start to make your way silently through. You guys watch as Runar disappears out of the hut and into the foliage. Theo, why don't you go ahead and give me a stealth check as you follow behind.
Because I
And
really
Byron?
don't want to, because my stealth is not great.
Byron, why don't you give me
Why,
a
I'm
stealth
going
roll
last.
as well? That was very smart.
Ooh.
I got a 20 because the dice
Wow.
liked me.
Good for you.
Yeah, 23.
All right, Farah, you watch as your 3 amigos exit the hut and disappear into the darkness.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just run out after them. And as I leave the dome, it just drops.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
25.
Wow, you guys. Very nice. Runar, what did you roll?
19.
Okay. All right. So, you guys exit and start making your way stealthily into the forest. Give me a second here. Oh my. You guys all have a passive perception of at least 10 or 11, right? Yeah.
14.
So you
16.
hear, okay, very good. You hear what you believe to be these Lizardfolk individuals following you at a distance. They heard Runar when he left.
Really?
Yup, I rolled really
Yeah.
well for their perception checks, but I rolled really bad for their stealth check. So you hear them as they are tracking you through the darkness.
Okay, okay. I'm going to.
Luckily, they
Wait,
don't
do I-
benefit from night vision, so that or dark
Do
vision.
I hear
so that's
this?
good.
I hear these guys
They
too.
Yeah,
Don't
all
have
of you,
dark
all of
vision?
you do. No,
Okay.
Well, that's so
Why are
weird.
they
It does
out at
seem weird.
night?
Mhm.
Go
It's very
home.
weird.
Do they have torches or anything?
Not to your knowledge, they don't.
All right, I say we keep going and trying to.
Wait.
Try to
I'm gonna
lose 'em.
whisper to Theo. Theo, make make these. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out 3 Maradu foods.
Hmm?
I'm gonna be 3 foods from Maradu. They're
Oh,
probably not good anymore, actually.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete
That
them.
was a long time ago. That was a long time
Maradu?
ago.
When was that?
That was on
Wow.
Cybert Isle.
Oh yeah.
I bet you ate those a long time ago.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw some caltrops down behind us.
There you go. That's genius. So
The
you guys are
least I can-
essentially... Sorry, go ahead.
No, continue.
I was just going to say, basically what you guys are trying to do is they've heard you. You guys are making an escape. You can hear that they're coming up behind you. You're going to try to essentially lose them in the jungle. Is that an interpretation correct? All right. You're going to drop some caltrops. All right. So you drop some caltrops. You slip away into the jungle. I'm just looking up caltrops because I can't remember exactly what they do.
Hope it's a D4 damage.
15 dexterity saving throw or take 1 damage. Damage reduces the walking speed by 10 feet
Perfect.
until they regain. Oh, I see. So basically, like they step on a Lego, and their
Yeah.
speed is reduced.
Yeah,
Very nice.
exactly.
All right, cool. Let me see what happens to them. This is a dexterity save for 3 of them because there's 3 following you right now.
And there's no way they'd have disadvantage because they're in the dark, right?
I would say they probably would have disadvantage because they're in the dark. They can't see those things. Let's see. So a 4, a 14, and a 7. Well, those are all failures on a Dex 15 save, a DC 15 Dex save. So you hear them yelp in pain behind you as the 4 of you make your way into the jungle, presumably escaping a confrontation with these creatures as you slip away into the darkness. My friends, let's take a break, and we will come back to find out if you truly got away or if you just bought yourselves time.
He
I
will
wanna
break you.
Break it all or burn it down. That's exactly what I thought you were going to do, Byron, but I'm glad you didn't. Hey, you guys who might be here watching, people in the chat, Scoozy News, others, Cardman, I know you're in, Wiley Hobbit, you guys, thanks for being here. Old Goat Beard Company's in the house. Thanks everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. We are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream, so type in !drawing to win either a copy of the Count Zarovich, Countess von Zarovich, there we go. The Old Goat Beard Company beard oil. We'll be giving those away at the end of the stream tonight. So !drawing to get in on the action. We appreciate you guys, and we will be back shortly. So we've got jungle music queued up and rocking. We've got our friends back from break. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at the Guild Superior Adventurers Guild. Call us whatever you want. Just don't call us late for
Dinner.
rations or dinner. We're going to make a music video. You heard it here first. I promise you that as the producer of this channel, you shall have a music video. I only hope that Ashley will help make that happen because I don't want to do it alone. Hey, real quick announcements before we jump back in. We Yeah, you have awesome Ren Fest stuff going on, so it's gonna work. It's gonna be huge.
I used to make music videos for a living.
And you can add in the special effects.
What?
It's gonna be good.
Is someone going to be on fire?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't know if
Byron is going to be running in the
budget.
background.
Okay.
Whoa! Budget,
Just runs
schmudget.
through the
Unless
background.
Kirk volunteers, then maybe.
He already did. And he's muted, so that's even better. He has to do it. All right,
GuildCon is
look.
gonna be crazy this year.
Right,
yeah.
we're gonna
What
have.
am I
wait,
doing?
What
What am I doing?
Are we making a Deg Gang video that we're gonna put?
Are we?
In front of
Are we
Yes.
really doing a? Are we doing a? Are we really doing this?
Yes,
I don't
dude.
know.
Where have you been? That's all we're going to talk about now for the rest of the
Sorry,
stream.
I
is
was
this-
Dave
I was
sure is
looking at
talking it
the
up.
Fuck
That's for
yeah.
sure.
music and chat about that favorite composed.
This is happening. This is happening. I promise you, everyone who's listening right now and in the future, that this will have happened. Now, let's channel our creative energies for a moment and refocus on the game. Before we do that, though, I wanted to make an announcement. Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks for being here. Announcement number 2. We're giving away some shit. So type > drawing to win. You might win. Or Cardman will win again. You know, we'll see. And then,
50 chance.
it really is. It's really almost guaranteed. But hey, don't worry about that Urban Encounters and Quest things, because that's absolutely not true. We're giving away Countess von Zarovich this week. Dave just didn't have time, or actually he didn't remember to change that. Now, one other thing you should know is that we are currently raising money for the National Abortion Federation. I think you guys should take a look at the link that I dropped in the chat here. They are an organization that helps to provide and maintain safe and accessible access to abortions in states that still allow it. And the money that we raise for that organization will go towards things like providing prepaid gas cards to women who need to get to abortion clinics. They will help to train clinic staff on security measures and safety measures for people who are coming to seek out their services. This is a really good organization. We did some research on that. Eversalt's partner helped us figure out all the nitty gritty on this group. National Abortion Federation, you guys. We are almost at our goal. Our goal is $1,000. We're at $800 right now. Thanks to everybody who has helped to make that happen. We've got $200 to go. Let's do this, guys. It's a good cause. If you can't donate, that's cool too. Help spread the word. Copy that link, paste it in your socials, and let people know how important it is to ensure that we maintain access to this important healthcare service. All right, now, if I remember correctly, the Deg Gang is running stealthily through the jungle, trying to escape a possible onslaught of alleged Lizardfolk who might be motivated to eat them. You have effectively given them a shake-off as Byron dropped caltrops on your exit stage left. As you continue another 5 to 10 minutes into the jungle, you stopped maybe to catch your breath and to listen. Everybody roll a perception check for me, please.
Perception.
Wow.
That good, huh?
I got an 8.
Oh.
24.
22.
Byron, 30 something.
13.
That's it?
Just
No.
13. I think
Okay.
one of my stats is wrong. I think I lowered it when we fought those guys and never raised it back up.
Hey, man, that happens sometimes. So, you guys, Feyre, Runar, Byron, you don't hear any more footsteps behind you. You don't hear any voices speaking Draconic. Theo, you hear the pounding of your heart as you attempt to catch your breath, joining up with the rest of the gang. It seems as though you may have given them the slip. What would you guys like to do? It is, again, pretty early in the night. It was during the first watch that these creatures stumbled upon your hut.
Let's
We
set the
haven't-
hut back up.
We should see if we can cover our trail somehow. They're just going to track us, right?
Well, maybe.
We'll just make them breakfast then.
Plan B.
We may be the breakfast, so you're not wrong.
I think it might be worth
I
worth
feel
it to
like
keep pressing
We
on.
yeah, we should at least keep going for another hour or two on account of the most likely thing they're to do after they've run us off is to just search their area because they're probably not necessarily territorial, but you know, their hunting ground is their hunting ground, and they don't necessarily want weirdos in their hunting ground.
Right? I have heard they're very territorial.
And we are very weird.
Are we heading towards the mountain?
Yes.
Can we see the mountain?
Can we see the mountains from here, Dave?
Can we see the mountains?
You cannot see the mountains because it is dark and you are under the canopy of a jungle.
Boy, I got elf vision and there's stars out. By the light of the ancient ones that dwell above, I see shit.
You have climbed trees before.
I don't know
Can
how
we-
trees work. It's a trap.
Can we put
It
the
is a
dome in
trap.
a tree?
If the tree had a plank in it that was like a tree fort
10
plank
feet wide.
that was 10 feet wide, we certainly could.
Can I look around and see if I can find the perfect tree fort tree?
Absolutely you can. For sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception
Perception?
check at disadvantage because it's dark. You got this.
That was probably it. 9.
You don't really see a great well, let me rephrase. You don't see the perfect tree fort tree. You
Okay.
see trees that might suffice, but you also envision yourself as you're looking up, you envision you and then probably Byron falling from the tree mid snooze.
Like you do.
I don't want to follow a tree.
Theo is in fact going to try and climb a tree to see if he can see anything beneath the starlight.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a athletics check as you climb up and away. You guys watch as Theo just scurries up the tree in his
What
I
the-
only got a 24.
cheapers. Yeah, you make your way up. Now it is I'm not sure if we said it was starlight, but it was raining earlier in the night. So there are clouds that it have broken up a bit. But you get to the top of the tree that you climbed, and you just see adjacent trees. There's really not a great visual on any major landmarks this late in the night. And you're still a fair distance from the mountains themselves. But right now you can't see them.
Scramble back down and I cannot see anything. So, and since I have navigator's tools, I imagine one of them is a compass. We know that the mountains are to the south of us, yes?
Yeah. Based on
South
our
is
map.
that way.
All right. I say we keep moving. As we move, I'm going to take down like a palm frond and try to like just brush over our tracks a little bit as we move.
Okay. Go
So
ahead
I'll
and
be in the
roll
rear.
a stealth check, Yeah, stealth would be good. Roll stealth for me as you try to cover your trails.
17.
That's pretty good. Let me do this. I'm gonna roll for these guys. As they are, if they are, I'm not saying they are, but if they were perhaps, trying to find you guys, this is what their rolls would look like. Oh shit, a natural 20.
Yeah, oh shit's in there.
There's
just
still
saying.
4 of them. There's still
Following the palm frond path.
Don't they get disadvantage for having caltrops in their feet?
They do get disadvantage because it's nighttime. So let's go ahead and add that in here. We established that before. Another natural 20, but that's a 9, a 4, a 5, and a 13.
Well, it's at disadvantage though. So.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
you don't get the sense that they're following you. Like I said, from your perception checks earlier, you don't hear footsteps or voices or anything. You do a pretty good job, Runar, of using a branch or leaves of a tree to sort of wash the tracks that you're leaving behind in the effort to sort of hide your path. You feel like you did a pretty good job. It's still it's not quite even like midnight at this point.
I think how far have we gone? Like a mile? Like
I
can
would
I
say
gauge how far we've gone?
probably a little bit, not quite outside of of that hex that you're in. So somewhere
Yeah.
within that hex.
That's 5 miles, right?
Right. Yep. So you're probably somewhere within that hex still.
So once I feel like we're like a mile or so away from where we were, I think we should try to find a secluded spot to set up the dome again. Try to get some rest.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more hidden this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a quick survival check as you look about trying to find the perfect spot to set up your camp.
22.
That's pretty good. You find a spot that's flat and out of any sort of like water, or it looks like you can fit all 4 of you and Chuck.
Should work, right? Should we try to get some sleep here?
All right. And Feyre will cast tiny huts and a, kind of a gray-black bubble shows up and no sparkles this time. We're in the jungle.
Okay. You guys take your watches as set up earlier, and throughout the night, nothing strange happens. Your lizard folk friends do not happen upon your new campsite. And as morning comes in the jungle, you all benefit from a long rest.
Oh, good.
And
Nice.
as you chart a course for the day, whoever's going to be the navigator, please give me another survival check, wisdom survival check, please. If you have help, you can do it with advantage.
Yeah. Runar will help Feyre with that. We'll go over the
Okay.
map together again.
I will survival.
Ooh,
23.
23. Yeah, that's really good. So give me a feel for, on this map, where you are hoping to go.
I think we want to go towards the mountains and see
Yes.
if there's any kind of like a path or a trail through them. Because I
Okay.
can't imagine they just wanted to go like up the highest peak and down. There's probably some kind of windy path.
Okay. All right, so you'll be able to go a total of 4 hexes. So why don't you just move 1 hex to the south? I don't know if you have control over that token, but
Nope.
No.
okay. I'll move it to the. So you got right there. You've got
Yeah.
3 more. You've got 3 more hexes that you can move. But let's do this. As you are moving along, the fog sort of parting. It's not quite as foggy this morning as it was the previous morning. Let's go around again. What kind of activities are you doing throughout the day as you're moving? So why don't we start with Byron this time?
All right. So I think I'm going to be changing up my routine a little bit. I'm going to be a little more serious tonight because we dealt with the reptiles. We didn't make them dinner because we probably didn't really have anything they want to eat. So I'm going to be hunting. I'm going to be looking for things that look edible.
Okay.
And I'm going to be foraging them, killing them, and just stuffing them away so that I can prepare them later for dinner.
Okay. That sounds amazing. Go ahead and give me a nature check as you are looking for sign of animals that could become food for you.
I'm going to invoke the magical necklace that I have to give myself advantage.
Okay. And remind us about the necklace.
The necklace is I don't have it in my magic items list. But as I remember you describing it to me, it gave me advantage on an ability check or an ability for ability
Yeah.
checks or saves for 1 minute or a single roll until the next dawn.
Yeah, that sounds very, very close, if not exactly. It's the Starfallen Trinket.
Yeah, do we have
It
any in the
is.
compendium?
You are. No, I didn't get a chance to do that. You are attuned to it, I'm guessing.
Yep.
It is a shard of white crystal with a tiny light that flashes with inside of it, with thin ribbons of energy. As a bonus action while wearing the trinket, you can use the crystal to enhance one of your ability scores, gain an advantage on skill checks and saving throws made using that ability score until the start of your next turn. So outside of combat, it would be like 6 seconds. You have advantage on skill checks with one of your ability scores.
Perfect.
And then you can use that feature again the next day, basically.
And I get a 15 on nature because of it.
Okay. All right. So you are hunting. You got a 15. Go ahead and roll a d20 on top of that, please.
A 14.
Okay. You come across what appears to be some sort of maybe a primate of some kind crawling through the trees. And you notice as you're watching it swing about that there is something following it through the trees.
Ooh.
And it
Whatever's
appears as
following
though it is some sort of scaled bipedal creature with opposable thumbs. You're not sure what it is. You've never seen anything like it, but it appears to almost be maybe kind of like an amphibian or a frog perhaps, or a lizard of some kind.
Okay.
But instead of walking on 2 feet, I think I said bipedal, but I meant quadruped. It's crawling on 4 legs through the branches of the trees, following this marsupial or primate.
But it doesn't look like a humanoid.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
It's probably the
you know
size
what?
of like a small dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna kill it. It's
All right.
attacking a primate. I'm friends with primates.
That's
Not-
true.
Not trying to brag or anything. Actually, I'm gonna have Chuck go grab it while I stab.
Chuck's
To
gonna
give
grab
me
it.
advantage on- Yeah, Chuck's gonna grab it, and as Chuck grabs it, I'm gonna stab it to give me advantage.
Okay. So you're gonna climb up in the tree and intercept it, basically.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So give me an athletics check as you climb.
And natural 1. That's a 3 for total.
Okay. So you scramble
boy.
up the side of this tree and slip and fall back
Okay,
down
as
onto
I'm-
the ground.
As I'm falling, can I throw my blink dagger at this?
Of course.
And
Go ahead and
will-
roll an attack roll for me.
a 25 to hit. I didn't roll advantage either.
You hit it, and it drops to the ground.
As I
Lands
hit it,
on the
I
ground.
will blink to my dagger so I don't hit the ground.
Okay. So you're like falling, and you're falling, and you throw your dagger mid-fall.
Yep, and
Sweet.
and blink to it to stop myself from falling on my head.
That's pretty
And then
sweet.
I will begin skewering it and
Mhm.
just stuffing the meat into my bag real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Roll a d6 for me.
A 6.
You are able to butcher and stash 6 days worth of rations of this strange lizard creature. You've got the loins, the legs, the lizard breast. You've got the whole thing, the tongue.
So is that 6 days for a single person? Or
For
6
one
days-
person.
Okay.
6
double
rations. 6 rations, basically.
Perfect.
All right. So you're hunting as you go along your trek. What about you, Runar?
Kind kind of taking a note from Byron. I'm going to be walking along with my bow out, just looking for some, as we travel, just keeping an eye out for any kind of like deer or, edible looking animals that I might be able to hunt.
Okay. Also, roll a nature or survival check. Your call.
13.
Yeah. Roll a d10.
8.
Ooh. All right. As you're making your way through the forest, you see something spring up as if flushed from your approach and starts running down what appears to be a game trail adjacent to where you are. You're not going to have a whole lot of time. If you want to try to take a shot at it, you can. But it looks to be some sort of a dog-like creature. A long tail, 4 legs, and a fur.
I'm going to let it go.
Okay.
I don't eat dog.
That's a choice.
Or fox or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're not sure what it is. But it reminded you of a dog for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to shoot a dog.
All right. I think that's a solid choice. Feyre, what are you up to while we're making our way through this forest on this day?
I'm still looking for danger, but I'm looking to see, if there's some kind of path that starts into the mountains, like specifically, like either if it's hidden or just a trail that will take us through the mountains safely. So wherever
Okay.
that starts is what I'm looking for.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, well, the first one. So 11.
Okay. You do see trails that branch off from what you assume to be sort of like the main trail that you've been following. And at first, when you are walking in the morning hours, you don't see much for tracks. But as you continue on through the rest of the day, you start to pick up what appear to be humanoid tracks, boot prints on the trail in front of you. And you're not sure when they appeared. You kind of missed that, but all of a sudden they're there walking down the trail in the direction that you're walking.
Do they seem recent?
Roll a survival check for me. As you sort of take stock of what these tracks look like and how long ago they were made.
24.
They look very recent. And they look to be a combination of small tracks, large tracks, all of them with some sort of a footwear. They're not like footprints. They're the prints of boots and footwear.
So unless the lizard people have gotten a Versace nearby, it's probably not them. But maybe they have. We don't know.
Hard to say.
Guys, I think we're not alone, or at least there's somebody who went
those
this
are
way
boot tracks.
recently.
Those are boot tracks, and there's lizard people in the woods. Oh, good. This is going to get weird.
Well, we thought there were people living in this jungle, and
Yeah, so much for the remote jungle, huh?
We did?
I thought, didn't Byron say something about people living in the jungle and we could befriend them?
Yeah.
Well, there's a chance it could be the
Scarlet boys.
Yes, Scarlet Boys.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
can
chance it could
befriend
be
them and then
the people
betray
from the
them and
fort.
slaughter them.
Although I don't know why they wouldn't just go back to the fort.
Well, the concern I have, and this is why I bring it up the way I do, from my understanding, most people who live in environments such as these don't normally wear boots. So definitely someone probably from not around here, if so.
Should we follow them? Are they heading the same direction we are?
Yeah, it's almost like all of a sudden you're following their tracks, basically.
All right.
Well, it's easier to follow.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's keep going and keep your eyes open. We're not alone out here.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't want them to get scared and shoot us while we're following
Well,
this trail.
You know,
That's true.
if they're whether they're friend or foe, we wanna be the one that surprised them.
So far, the jungle has been full of surprises.
Theo, during the day's journey, what, pray tell, is Theo doing?
Being
for side
paranoid as
activities?
hell. He is definitely on full on looking for danger, people. First he was looking for Lizardfolk. Now he's looking for Scarlet Boys and Lizardfolk. Although he imagines the Scarlet Boys aren't wearing anything convenient bright and red here in the jungle so they can blend in. But he is definitely keeping his head on a swivel, if you will. Literally pops off and just like does a full 360. It's weird.
Okay. Would you say that would be sort of like a perception based check
Definitely
for
could
you?
be.
Yeah, let's do that.
That 9 don't matter. That don't matter.
As
He's trained
you,
in it. He's not great at it though.
yeah, I mean he's a little rusty, maybe. Maybe a little tired from the night's activities. Who knows? But what I do know is that as you are discussing whether or not to follow the tracks, Theo sort of walks ahead a little bit. You're trying to decide, should you avoid the tracks? Could it be the Brotherhood of the Scarlet Sign? Could it be the Scarlet Brotherhood? Could it be, what could it be? You stumble into a clearing that is occupied by about a dozen humanoid creatures. You look around and you see a smattering of human, probably half-elf, possibly a hobbit or two. Nope. Halfling or two.
You're not getting sued.
No, we're going to go halfling on that one. But most striking, what stands out to you is the pale green complexion of a tall, lithe elf who immediately stands as you enter the clearing and draws a bow and kind of steps in front of what appear to be some children and some other folk and says, "Stop there, I'll shoot."
I am stopping here, he says very loudly so the party behind him can hear them.
We mean no harm. We are traveling through this area. Are you from the fort?
The fort
South
is
Azure?
lost. The fort
Yes.
is lost.
Yes, it is.
We came through there. We came through that port.
He's just got his bow drawn. And Runar, you could probably tell as a soldier, you can see that he appears to be well trained in his, the way he handles the bow. He doesn't appear to be just some sort of a commoner with a bow, but you look beyond him and you see people who look weary. They look tired. They look frightened. There are, presumably fathers and mothers sort of like sheltering young children from your encroachment into the space. They don't look like seasoned adventurers, except for the one with the bow.
Feyre's gonna hop around and just say, "Oh, and like notes the children and like the tired, weary people and goes, "Are you in need of any assistance?" She's just gonna ignore the fact that guy is pointing a bow.
Runar's just gonna make a show of like putting his weapons away.
Have you been following us?
Walk forward. No, we just came upon your tracks a little while ago.
We were wondering who the hell you are. We just dodged the lizard people last night, so that was fun.
You hear lizard people. I told you they're out there. There's lizard people everywhere. people behind him are like whispering to each other in like hushed tones.
Oh, and we were attacked by some kind of rock as we like made our way down here too. That was fun.
Let's maybe start from the top. Hello, my name is Theo. This is Captain Runar Deg of the Good Buddy. We are adventurers who are traveling through this on the way to find a really bad idea because we owe someone. We don't know what happened at the fort. We landed there, it was empty. There were not even any bodies, which weirded us out. We assume it has something to do with the comet. We are still here to pass through. We would like to render any aid we can to you while we were doing so and hear your story. But if you want us to keep walking, we will keep walking.
You hear a man sort of behind the green-skinned elf just say, "Do you have food?"
We have some. We have some
Quinn,
we can spare.
let them stay. And he kind of, you can see he sort of turns, drops the arrow just slightly. You say you're travelers, adventurers.
Did I catch his name?
You probably would have heard the
Quinn.
name Quinn.
I'm gonna say. Oh boy, hold on. Looking it up.
You're gonna say, "Oh boy, hold on."
Something. Quinn.
If you have food and you don't mean us any harm, you're welcome to join us. And he drops the bow, releases the bow, the tension on the bow string.
We
My
will
name
stay
is-
on this side of the clearing.
My name is Quinn Tigerberry, and we are making a run for the mountains. The fort having been overrun by some strange call from the jungle. We resisted when we saw our brothers and sisters simply march away into the jungle. But that is too much to comprehend. Please,
Quinn.
have you been
don't worry about
followed? Have you been followed by these lizard creatures? Should we be worried?
I think we
Maybe.
gave him the slip. It was about 2 miles back, and we spent the night back there. We haven't seen him since. I think we lost him.
Quinn walks up to you, Theo, and says, "Please do not make me regret this decision. Come, sit."
We have no intent.
I go over and I pull out of my bag the candy that I got from town, and I start handing them out to kids, and then I give one of them to Quinn Tigerberry and say, "I always found that candy makes you feel a little bit better. You look like you need to feel a little bit better. Feyre Evenstar." I put out my hand to shake it.
He'll take your hand. He is polite, but definitely skeptical. But he takes the candy. Thank you for sharing with the children. It has been 3 days since we left Fort South Azure, and it has not been easy. Please sit, join us. We intend to press on shortly after a bit of rest. And you look
Well-
out, and you can see that shoes of some of the travelers are worn through. You can see that their clothing is torn and tattered, as if, just like you, Runar, they had been sort of crashing through the jungle, trying to, break their way through thickets of willow and deep, dark areas of thick vegetation.
Are there any individuals that look like they're injured and being supported by the rest of them, like that are in need of aid?
Absolutely. There are individuals who look like emaciated, as if maybe they haven't eaten a good meal. They're dehydrated. They're only a couple days out, but for some people, it doesn't take that long to deteriorate.
I guess what I was asking is, like, I have these healers kits that I could administer like,
Sure.
tend wounds, I guess. If there's anybody like seriously wounded.
Yeah,
Well,
roll a d10 for me, Runar.
If
Two
there's anybody
casters
who
go.
looks really bad, I can certainly
Oh, one.
heal them.
So, Runar, you expend one use of your healer's kit, and you're able to help out. Meanwhile, Feyre and Theo are able to use your magic to help to, heal some minor scrapes and cuts. There is one individual who looks as though they have some sort of a massive infection in their leg, perhaps from a bite. So if you want to expend a spell slot, you could heal that if you want to.
Absolutely. Would you say if it's it's infection, not like doesn't need lesser restoration, right?
No, I wouldn't say so. I would say if you use just a first level healing, whatever you have for a healing spell, it would fix it
Yep.
up. Yep.
Cure wounds.
There we
Do you
go.
want me to roll it or just say it?
No, it's no need to roll. At this point, they're starting to take a liking to you. The kids are really like you, Feyre. They're sort of like, some of them are shy and they're just looking at you and sort of like giggling and talking to their friends. There's four kids. And there are, hey, thanks for the follow. The OKS GM. So the kids are taking a liking to you. Quinn is warming up after about 10 minutes of you helping out his people. He sits down and seems to be somewhat relaxed. He's still on heightened alert, but he sits down and he reaches into his pack and he pulls out some rations and starts eating them. He says, "We should probably move shortly. Where are you headed?"
Oh, do you really want the answer to that question?
It's a long
No,
story.
I don't think I do. But by the looks of your eyes, we are seeking refuge in the Placerian mountains. My hope is that we'll be able to find some place to regroup.
On a map we have seen something called the Placerian Grove. Have you heard of this?
I have heard of it. Yes.
Do you
Yes,
know what
indeed.
it might be?
It is said to be a place of sacred waters, a place that provides sustenance for the peoples of the mountains. I believe that to be a safe place. I don't know where it is, but I know it's in the mountains proper, and we intend to seek it out. The problem is that some of us, last night, we should be moving now, but it has been difficult to deal with. There is a group of 6 individuals that disappeared in the night. My companions are unwilling to leave until we are able to locate them.
How,
Were you
how long ago
sleeping
was
here?
this?
We camped here in the night, and this morning 6
They were gone.
of them were gone.
Oh.
They can't have gone far. They are not equipped for... I mean, look at them. They
Have you
are
seen
not
any track?
adventurers like you. There are some tracks that go off into the jungle but disappear. I am maybe less of a tracker than you are. I am also less inclined to stray far from the group. If I were to go forth and seek them out, I would leave these children and their parents behind, and that could prove very dangerous for them.
Yeah. No. That was probably a wise decision.
We could look.
We could
I
look for
could-
their...
look from above. See if we could locate
Our
them.
friend Feyre has many gifts. Amongst them is turning into a flying octopus. It's a sight to behold.
Of course she does.
Not a flying octopus.
Unfettered kraken.
I don't know what that is, but if
It's
I
a
saw
kraken
one,
that can fly.
A feathered cephalopod.
flying snake.
Oh no, if it's a snake, it's a coatl. I believe those are godlike entities.
Wattle. I've heard of those.
Be
I'm
careful
pretty
what you
sure
say.
I've heard of a flying snake.
I suddenly
You
started looking.
know,
Is this actually coatl territory?
Do not say that name again.
Okay.
I
Well,
would
I could
be...
turn into an eagle and I could fly around
Could fly like an eagle?
into the future.
Seems we could learn a lot from each other, Quinn. You know, your name was actually given to us as a contact when we arrived here.
Come again?
Yes, it was.
We arrived here from Nerisban. A Master
you did.
Loquid gave us your name.
That motherfucker owes me money. Yes, I know who that is. He gave you my
I know the
name.
feeling. Yes, as a contact. You know, among other reasons that we are here, you know, we did desire to trade with the fort when we arrived.
You may have missed your opportunity on that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we found that out.
We got what we were looking for, though.
But you know, maybe we can help each other. You help us learn about this area, and maybe we'll help you find these lost people of yours.
If you do help me find the lost villagers, I will do whatever I can to help you. I give you my word. And he reaches out his hand to shake yours, Runar.
All right. I'll give him the forearm.
From the predator, like predator. Yeah.
Snap. Where were these tracks?
I'll show you. And he ushers you over to the side of the clearing, and you can see that there is a pretty ragtag set of 6 tracks that sort of weave in and out of each other as they make their way through the underbrush. You can see some broken branches. You can maybe see like a piece of cloth that's snagged on a thorn, and it just kind of goes off into the jungle to the north.
Is there anything that could have prompted these people to wander off? Like,
My
any
friend,
talk of trying to find food or investigating anything or anything like that?
of course. You don't know what happened to the fort, but over the course of 12 hours, less than a day, most, if not all, of the villagers just simply walked off into the jungle.
We saw some sign of that. We followed that trail.
Those of us who were able to resist the strange call left.
Runar, do you think there were more than one site where things fell to the earth on the island?
Possible.
Like, Dave, thinking back to seeing the comet that... Because didn't we see this event happen?
So
We
yeah,
were
on the...
told.
Well, no, you guys actually saw when you were... It was a long time ago, like in real IRL. But when you
Like
guys
3
were...
days ago.
It was probably like...
2 weeks.
In game, it was 2 weeks
like-
ago, probably.
Yeah, 2-3 sessions ago.
Yeah. No, this was way longer than that. This was when you
Oh.
guys were just before you arrived in Nerisban. The night before you arrived in Nerisban,
okay.
you saw the
Right.
comet Hyakutake
Yes.
flash across the sky, and then you started to hear these rumors about a bad omen. You spoke with like Rephram, who you guys totally forgot about and don't remember, but you
But didn't
spoke
we
with him
see-
about it. You
No.
saw, and then you talked to the guys at the Cove, Solana's crew.
He said
And they saw fireballs.
that there were multiple. I want to say he said that it was multiple things shot off.
Yeah,
from it.
exactly, Ash. It like broke up over the Amedio Jungle, like with chunks falling off at various locations. That's
Okay.
what they told you guys.
So there could be more than
So,
one of those
yeah.
horrible sites where the rocks attack you.
Well, Quinn, did you follow the people that left town?
No, we made the decision to leave as we saw we couldn't stop them. I tried to shake them out of whatever trance they were in, to try to break them from this mindless walk into the jungle. None of them would respond to me. I took those that I could, and we left. For whatever reason, we were able to resist the call.
Yeah, that was the impression I got when I saw money on the table at the tavern. People left without their money.
It was over a very short period of time.
We followed their track into the jungle, and their tracks ended at these strange rocks, and there were no people around.
Please do not mention this to the rest. This would break them. What I need right now is hope, not despair. Do you understand me?
Smash cut over
Yeah.
to Theo, like drawing pictures in the dirt, explaining everything they found. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we destroyed that, so that thing won't harm anyone again. But it is likely there are more of them out somewhere on the island.
And unfortunately, we saw no sign of anybody.
I don't know if this is connected or not, but just 3 days prior to this M. Night Shyamalan style incident,
M. Night Shyamalan strikes eternal.
Yamalan.
just 3 days prior to the event,
Night phenomena.
Manama, there were another group of adventurers, travelers who arrived in town. They were strange. They were cruel. They were determined. They gathered much of the supplies that they needed from our local shops and
Did they
entered
have
into the jungle. They were dressed in black and violet and crimson robes. They were
Did they
well
have
equipped.
a little sigil of like some sort of red field with a black cross on it?
We're a five-pointed star, right?
They're
Sigil of
Yes.
Sharn.
yes, indeed, a 5-pointed Istoli
Oh.
star. Yes, of course. On the banners of their ships. Yes,
Oh,
and then
boy.
they disappeared. As I mentioned, 3 days prior to the Manama thing.
Yeah, those are not good people.
Who you know them? Who are they?
Have you ever heard of the Scarlet Brotherhood?
Slavers.
I don't know. Have I? Let me roll a d20 to see if he does.
I don't read your mind, bro.
Nope. I know of slavers, but I have not heard of this brotherhood that you speak of.
Slavers
Oh.
called the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Hmm. The slavers I
They're-
know are from the hold of the sea princes.
Hmm.
They have plagued these ports along the coast.
They're
Taking-
all working with each other.
Oh shit.
If so, this brings up a reasonably salient point. We have a ship. As I noted, this is Captain Deg. We could, if you desire it, contact your ship and perhaps have them take you off at some point to go somewhere else. We're probably going deeper into the jungle, so I don't know if that's an immediate solution, but if you don't have a plan past getting to the mountains,
Yeah,
it may
would
be
your
an option.
It is-
people feel more comfortable on the coast?
It is over 2 days travel back to the fort, and I do not believe that I would be able to convince them to go back to that place. We all hope that we have been able to instill amongst ourselves is focused on the Placerian Mountains and the Grove. That is
Well-
where we shall go.
Then how about we will help you find your missing people, and then we can together proceed to the Placerian Mountains, because our path goes that way as well.
I
Right.
think that the best path forward for all of us
We better get started while the trail is fresh.
Tell him, brother.
You want me to, you know, check it out?
That might be a good idea. Maybe you can see some of them.
Yes. Please turn into your flying octopus and tell us what you see.
We'll
Anyone
just
want to go
yeah.
with?
This should be interesting.
8 arms is too many for me to deal with.
Byron's game. Look at him
All
over
right.
there. He's waiting.
Feyre just polymorphs into a giant eagle and spreads her wings out and lifts Byron up, and we go into the sky.
That looks pretty cool. I gotta try that one.
Best day ever for Byron. All right,
He's
so
feeling an adrenaline junkie now.
Farah, your intention is to seek out and try to find these people. Go ahead and roll a perception check as you soar above the jungle.
Ooh, eagle's got to be good at that, right?
Fly like an eagle to the mountains.
Do.
That's how it goes.
Okay, hold on. I gotta bring up the eagle one. Giant eagle.
Giant eagle woman. Giant
Eagle woman.
Can't type.
Okay, so I get perception +4, and advantage on them.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah, advantage on perception checks.
That's not what I wanted.
Well, tell us what you want, what you really, really want.
Oh. I apparently did roll. Hold on a second. D8, D8. Oh, Dave was rolling something while he was rolling. I was like, wait, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
It was not good.
With advantage?
Yeah, I rolled an 11 and an 8, but I add 4 to those. So that is 15.
Okay.
All right.
So
All
And
right.
Byron is looking
bad.
too, so if Byron
Is he
wants
though?
to...
Is he?
Byron, are you?
Well, I'm kind of riding the high. I'm flying in the sky.
Just see if you
I'm not
see
really-
anything while you're up there.
I honestly don't think he's looking around that hard.
He's recreating.
He's having a blast right now.
Oh, man.
All right.
All right, so Eagle Farah, here's what you see. You see this vast sea of tropical jungle, thick canopy, very few places where you can even see the forest floor. There are a couple of areas to the south where you actually start to see the mountains as you soar up. The fog of the morning is sort of like dissipating, and you look out at this broad mountain range that pierces through the canopy of the jungle. Jagged emerald peaks that seem to still be shrouded in this hazy mist that hangs low. That's to the south. In the direction of the tracks that your party found for the travelers, the village folk. Why not? The village folk went to the north. Yep, singing YMCA songs, and you see a area of the jungle that seems to have a low hanging mist, a fog, just a small area of the jungle. You cannot make out any individuals, but it looks suspicious. Do you want to do a flyby and like swoop down and take a peek at it? Because right now I imagine you're kind of soaring up above. You spot it with that roll. And now if you want to go investigate closer, you could do that if you want to.
While I'm up there, do I see anything that looked like a meteor bashed into some trees and like took out trees? It was like there a suspicious hole in the canopy anywhere?
I would say if you want to swoop down and get a closer look at any area, which it sounds like you do, go ahead and roll a second perception check or investigation.
While she's doing that, when we're in low areas, it's going to be a combination of terror and excitement. But I'm also going to look around a little bit.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a perception check as well.
TTA, it's me. Matching
Oh.
5s. Yeah, I can't see anything. So that's
Nine.
with my
a total
Yeah, it's a
of
9.
9.
Matching 9s.
But I got an 8.
There you go. You guys pinpoint this area that I mentioned that has this low-laying fog. Maybe it's like a small basin. It could be a low point in the jungle. As you swoop closer, you don't see any people, but you can see the tops of broken, gnarled, dead trees that seem to jut up just barely above the fog that hangs low. But in terms of like identifying any burnt like treetops or freshly broken stuff, it's really hard to tell from this vantage point and with those rolls, quite frankly. But it looks
Okay.
like a pretty gnarly area that seems out of place.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of gauge my time, knowing that I have an hour of this, and continue to do some circles around until I feel like I'm getting close to my end time, and then return to where we were before.
Okay. This big eagle comes down and lands, and everybody's like, they're all super like scared at first, but then they see you transition back into lovable Feyre with perfect hair. And they're impressed.
Did you see anything?
Well, I mean, I saw a lot of jungle. It's actually very hard to see the ground, but there is this foggy area, and if you could take out the map, and I'll like try to mark on the map where the foggy area is.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that. Let's go over to the map here. It's probably. It's not more than. Let's see.
Yeah,
say
these are
right-
5 miles, right?
So it's somewhere between 5 and 10 miles to the northwest.
Hmm.
If you can see that mark.
Yeah, so it's suspiciously foggy. If that means anything.
Suspicious. Sounds
Let's
like
hope-
what we're looking for.
Let's hope the tracks do not go there. I think the tracks are going to go there.
Yeah. Is that the approximate direction the tracks are leading?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. All right, let's go. I think that's our direction.
I have an idea. If she flies us there one at a time really fast, we can get there quicker without
will,
having to
however,
deal with the
take-
jungle.
More for
Well,
magical resources?
We could try
Oh,
to
yeah,
fly
that's
as
true.
far as we can.
She's no druid here who can just change forms willy-nilly.
Right.
You guys
Yeah.
fly, I'll run. Just kidding, I don't want to run.
Well,
If there's
I
any
mean,
advice I can give to the four of you on this, and I do appreciate you being willing to check in on this. I personally don't anticipate you'll find them alive, but nevertheless, he kind of looks. Stay together. Watch each other's backs. And if for some reason one of you begins to walk away unexpectedly into the jungle, stop them immediately.
Thank
We
you,
will
Mr.
continue
Tigerberry.
forward. This is not a good place for us to stay another night. We will continue south, and we will find a spot on this path. He digs into his pocket, and he pulls out this small little piece of bone, and he hands it to Feyre, and he says, "If you need to find us, use this whistle. It is of a frequency that most entities cannot hear. But I can, and I will come to you."
Thank you.
oh, it's very sweet. I can also send a sending.
Yeah, now that we've met you,
Ascending, what's that?
we can send you messages.
In your mind.
Ah, yes, magic.
But this is really
Fucking
neat.
A.
That's what I thought too.
Mr. Tigerberry,
It's weird. You get used to it.
Yes, quiet one.
Anyways,
Yes, assuming we survive this, we totally have a budget to settle.
Don't mind him.
We'll talk about it when we get back. If we survive.
Come on, Byron. We've got to go do something stupid.
Guys, we totally stole 1,000 gold from him. And his friends.
I don't think he's the government. Come on.
Okay, yeah, you're right. 1,173 to be exact. Plus
Yeah.
a bunch of rope and stuff.
I don't think there's much that can be traded for gold out here.
Yeah, but I mean, I did
Crate
say
of
that
apples.
we'd keep a tally. I said we'd
We
keep
left
a tally.
those with the ship.
Oh, that reminds
Oh,
me.
that's right.
How many javelins did you guys find for me?
I believe I found some javelin.
I think it was
I
some.
don't think he.
I think
he gave me a
javelins
number.
are for good boys. And do you think you've been a good enough boy to get
I mean,
javelins?
We are talking about not giving back the money that we tallied and set aside to give back to them.
All right, let's talk
Wait,
about
did
this
you?
while we walk. Let's go.
Yeah, we talked about giving it back. Remember?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
I totally said we should give it all. We should bring this. We should make a tally. Leave it on the side. We'll totally give it
Well,
back.
once we find their friends and get them to safety, we can settle that out.
Yep. Let's make sure there's someone to give it back to. Right.
So off into the woods we go.
Yep.
Following
All right.
The tromp,
All right.
tromp.
You follow
moving.
the tracks into said jungle towards this sketchy, foggy, dead-treed grove. Let's get some survival checks to follow the tracks, please. Let's do a group check.
Right.
TPK. What? Come on.
I got a 9.
Have some faith, my friend.
And I'm trained in that. Jeebus.
I have no faith in you.
Why did it roll it twice? I don't know. 15, I guess.
17. The non-tracker is tracking.
Wow.
26.
And the tracker is tracking as well. So that's good.
Thank goodness. Yep. We have two. We have one experienced eye.
Our bard ranger from Monmurg, who happens to be an
just so
expert
lucky. Ranger, if you will.
tracker.
I'm really good at hiding and running.
That's very
That
true.
works.
You are experienced in that regard. No question about it. Okay, so you do a fantastic job, Farah, of guiding the party through the thick forest, following the trail of footprints, of broken branches, of torn and hanging pieces of clothing as you make your way towards your destination, which you have a hunch you know where you're headed. You have a slight hunch. You make your way. No? Okay. Not going to do it again. Just once.
If it's predictable, it loses its humor.
That's true. The question was there humor in the first place? I don't know. Anyone? Guffaws? Okay. There we go. So we've proven that point. You guys make your way into...
Away.
God
Hang
damn
on.
it! That time it was funny. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Oh my god, it's getting late, folks. Bear with us. We're getting a little slap happy. At least I am.
Rawr.
God damn it, Michael. All right.
Into the woods.
Into the woods. Stop it now. Okay, here we go. You guys are going into the woods. You're following these tracks. And eventually you come to the edge of what at first appears to be an opening of sorts. You look down, Farah, as you are in the lead, and you see that you're taking a step forward and you're stepping from jungle, like forest floor vegetation, normal forest floor vegetation. And as you step forward into your next footfall, it is dead, dried, desiccated vegetation that starts to crackle and break beneath your foot. Gray, ashen vegetation, plants that have seemingly died and fallen over, trees that have broken, devoid of vegetation, no leaves remain on them, and a deep, dense fog that covers the entire opening of this area that you believe you found what you saw from the sky.
Most certainly going to be a problem.
Right.
You look about. Everybody
Be on
roll
your
a
guard.
quick perception check for me.
16.
Ooh.
5. The dice hate me tonight. Wow, that was a 1.
15.
I rolled a 2, so I get 8.
So in this case, my friends, a lower roll is better because those of you who rolled over a 15, which I think is both Byron and Runar, you hear voices from the mist in the fog in front of you. Voices speaking languages you have never heard before. You hear sobbing. You hear people crying.
I immediately, like, since we're
Hear that?
walking into the woods and now Deg is saying, do you hear that? And I don't hear anything. I'm going to cast
Voices.
Circle of Power.
I hear the voices.
They're crying.
'Cause I'm expecting another meteor.
They're screaming for us. I don't understand anything they're saying.
It's probably not good, gentlemen.
Oh
Stay
man, the
close
last
to
time
me.
this happened.
Stay close
So-
to Feyre.
Byron
Yeah,
and
my bow out.
Runar, you hear this. You pull your bow out, Runar. Byron puts his hands on his ears. Feyre casts her Circle of Power. And Theo, do you apparate Kalistani?
Oh my, yes.
Yeah. As you now prepare to move forward deeper into this strange, desiccated, and perhaps corrupted area of the jungle, sobbing and crying up ahead in the mists, my friends, we will find out what happens next week when we rejoin our heroes, the Deg Gang, as they venture off to save some missing villagers who have, let's call them refugees, who have emigrated from Fort South Azure and have become lost in the Amedio Jungle. Well done, my friends. Yeah. Well done. No,
Is it next week yet?
it's
It
not
is
next
next
week.
Is it
Time.
Wednesday yet?
We are going
Next week
we
for
are going to
another
time
couple hours?
travel. Oh man. Next
I
week
wish.
we can pull a 24-hour stream if you want to.
Let's do it.
Oh
No, I
my
can't do
God.
24 hours. Maybe 16.
Can.
16?
I have to work.
Oh my God, yeah. I have a
Yeah, there is
real
too much
job.
There
working.
is employment.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, everybody who's out there,
Jobs.
thanks for hanging out with us. Bleak season, good to see you, Christian. I'm super excited to announce that Christian is going to be running a short shot for us starting in on the 18th of July. We're going to be playing a short game of Free League, their Mutant Gen Lab Alpha, where we get to play mutant animals for a couple weeks, which will be super
Ooh.
fun. I think there's going to be, well, I know because I've been talking to Vamp Wickman, and you guys know Vamp, there's going to definitely be cosplay involved. So prepare
Ooh.
yourself for that. And we're going to play animals. So it'll be super fun.
You're already such an animal, though.
Yeah, I think you're right. Big shout out to you players. Thank you so much for getting into these characters and into the narrative. And God, we've been going for a long time and you're still here. So thank you. We have some things to give away, including a copy of CZRPG's Countess von Zarovich. So type !drawing, folks, if you want to get in on that action. And then we're also giving away a vial of this stuff, the Old Goat Beard Company beard oil. I freaking love this stuff. I use
The
it
good
every
stuff,
day.
if you will.
It's really good. And I think that you, my friends, if you have beards, you're going to enjoy it as well. So !drawing to get in on that action. It's pretty easy. We're gonna go ahead and draw a couple winners here in just a second. We do have, let's see, do we have any other announcements? You guys have something going on Thursdays. Why don't you tell folks about your game that you're playing on Thursdays over at R&R?
You are a better talker than I am.
Somebody.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see me or Michael tomorrow night, we're going to be over at R&R Productions from 7 o'clock Central Standard Time to 10 p.m., just like tonight, but tomorrow, to play at the Threshold City of Arches, as we have lost our memories and we are trying to navigate a strange new world. So come on down and say hi and support, and we'd love to see you there.
Awesome.
And we will see you.
Creepy. Another big announcement that I should make is, as you know, I talked about earlier, we are running a charity stream this Friday night. We're going to be rafting up again. I don't know if anybody caught it on our last Friday or on VOD, but it was super fun. Andy was there. Tythalanos was there. Eversalt was there. It's a sweet raft. Yeah. Kai Whimsy, Kirk was there. Barbecues. I was there. Dude, we got beds. It's epic. And we've been raising money for the National Abortion Federation. Raft. So we get to build rafts and do survival stuff, but then we also get to do good things like help people. And that's kind of why we do what we do. We like to play games, but we like to help people who can use help, and we can all use help sometimes. So if you have the ability to donate, please do. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you can't donate, totally understand. Don't worry about it. Just help out by supporting women's rights to access free, legal, and safe abortions when they need them. And let's do things for other people that are meaningful. In the meantime, let's do this. We're going to give away some stuff because I'm starting to ramble, and it's better if we just move on to giving away things.
Rambling man.
I'm kind of a rambling man. All right, so here we go. We're going to first do a drawing. Well, you can actually, whatever you want, you can, whoever gets the winning draw, the drawing win, the winning gets to choose. So exclamation mark drawing. Ashley, give us 5 seconds. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
All right. 5-second countdown.
There you go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here we go. Hey, Michael, didn't you win last week?
Hey, what's going on
possible.
Here?
Wow, 2 weeks in a row. Now, what did you go with last week? The beard oil?
I believe it was the beard oil.
Okay, so by the agreement we have with Andy, this week you're going to win the Countess von Zarovich. And we're going to give the beard oil.
Desired anyway.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to send you the link to that. Thanks to CZRPG for supporting us with that awesome giveaway. And then let's go ahead and we're going to do the beard oil giveaway. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Scooz News. Hey, Scoozy.
This is the cedar. What was the scent?
Well, so I think Scooz will get either a randomly sent scent.
Oh, okay.
But the cedar and leather is one that I've been using, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I want that one.
Congratulations to Scooz News.
I like me some cedar.
Yeah, Scoozy's got a nice beard. I know Scoozy, so congrats to you, my friends.
Are they online? Are they here?
I don't know. Scooz, are you still here?
At Scooz. Somebody at them.
Yeah, give them an at if you don't mind. And then we're going to go ahead and raid our friends over at Phoenix Wacky. Sausage scented would be nice. A bacon, perhaps.
That's
so delicious.
I don't think Scooz is here anymore.
All right.
On the players list.
Yeah.
All right, Scooz, you're out. But come back again and you could win again. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
See.
Okay.
You don't have a beard.
Wait, how did I win? I didn't even enter.
Just kidding. You got one. You
must have entered.
No, I didn't. I have not tried drawing. I have purposefully not.
How did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
I did not put my name in the Goblet of Fire.
Look, man, you won and you know it. You're getting the beard oil. That's just the way it is, my friends. Hey, we'll see you next time. We'll see you Friday for the raft. We'll see you next week for more Saltmarsh. Get involved. Do good things. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.